I sure hope you don't make me sing.
Singing is always a possibility. Yes.
You're the
Dancing,
singer.
singing.
No, don't say that, because I actually used to compete vocally. I've gotten to do a lot of competitions. All three of my siblings are all vocalists. I'm a tenor, my brother's a bass. I've got a sister that's a soprano, one that's an alto.
I believe, and my wife, she showed me, you're a super talented pianist too. I mean, that was like amazing.
See, my son got all the musical talent.
Okay.
He can sing. He's a worship pastor at his church.
Okay.
And play every instrument known to man.
I only play piano and I do worship leading and a lot of that.
Gotcha.
So
What you need to know, Tracy, is bards don't have to actually be talented. They just have to think they are.
You could be a bard that tells jokes, stand-up comedy.
Exactly.
stand-up
right,
comedy.
that's right.
I am comedic.
I am a comedic bard.
There you go.
I mean,
That's all
You can inspire us with a joke.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna switch over. I'll give you guys instructions. We'll do it all live on camera so people can see it. And we are live on video in 3, 2, and 1.
I know.
All right, and welcome to Blue Box, everyone. This is day 2 of Blue Box Con number 3, 2023. I am joined by an amazing group of folks, and they all have one thing in common. I don't know if they're aware of what they have in common, but I'll mention it in a moment. They may also share something in common with me in that we're all exhausted. So I make absolutely well, yeah, you got a nap. That doesn't count. I make no promises tonight. The quality of this one shot may be highly substandard, but I will do my best to bring you a fun game, and I know these players are going to do a great job as well. We do have someone who is on stream for the very first time today, Erica, and so
welcome to the land of onlineness.
it's going to be fun, and
ever be in your favor.
yes, exactly. So let's go over just a couple of shopkeeping things. One. So each of you have your pre-gens. Hopefully you've had a chance to familiarize yourself with the backstories. This will be a role-play heavy game tonight. So you don't need to worry too much about the crunchiness of the game mechanics. We are technically playing 5e, but as you know, in Blue Box, 5e doesn't mean your garden variety 5e. So we will still, if there is combat, we will roll group initiative. Super simple. I'll help you with that. We will still have horribly brutal crit tables. And those still apply, and there is no such thing as like short rests, and there's rest, which probably won't apply in a one shot anyway, so I wouldn't worry about that. Your backstories could be quite relevant. So make sure that you're familiar with those. As we begin, I'll give you kind of set the scene. We are doing the prototypical tavern opening, but it's going to be a brief tavern opening. You guys have already met together in this tavern. There were a couple of connections within the group, but you really came together here answering a summons for a specific purpose, and you've all become somewhat familiar with that already. Couple other things to mention. This will be, I don't know, hey, Joffrey, good to see you. Hey, no worry, thank you. Tracy, thanks for jumping in. Hey, Chris, good to see you in as well. Gear Colonel, hello. And to your question earlier, I'm not sure what the answer was, but definitely tonight bits will count for what these players get. That can help them. So every 200 is a +1.
Yep.
For one of the players.
A +1?
You cannot.
Go buy yourself
I get +1s all the time.
You do, but you can't buy it for yourself. Hey, 491, thank you for being virtual attendees. Hey, thank you for the sub, Gear Colonel, and thank you for all the virtual attendees that have joined us. And we're going to have more gaming tomorrow at the Game Keep, and we'll try to stream some stuff from there. I'm not sure exactly how we're going to do that yet, but we'll figure out a way.
Phones.
Bring the webcam. I've got my laptop with me.
Yeah, we might. So we don't have a Streamlabs set up. We'll figure something out.
I can install it tonight for you.
Really? Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Just if you download Streamlabs, I can give you my key. We can pull everything down. All right, we'll do it then. So we'll stream tomorrow.
Talking to a
Yes.
guy.
Real quick, Tracy, Gear Colonel was watching. It's my brother, so I owe him a bunch of money when he gives me all those pluses.
That's right. I knew I'd seen him in before. Remind me what his first name is.
His real name?
Yeah.
Clint.
Clint, good to have you in with us. Thanks for watching today. So I think probably the most important bit of housekeeping, I don't know how this came to be, but if you watched and you saw any of last night's one shot, it was Call of Cthulhu. It was very dark. Coincidentally, this is also a very dark story. I did not intend this to be the Halloween con, but I also will warn you, depending on what happens, there could be some fairly gruesome depictions. This is a very dark story, so if at any point somebody is feeling uncomfortable, just give me a tap of the table or whatever, and I will respond to
So
that.
you're sending us home with teddy bears tonight after this.
Exactly. Emotional support teddy bears. Exactly.
Crying blanket.
I was gonna say emotional support dinosaurs.
And I'm guessing, does that audio sound okay? The music, is it too loud for the folks on stream? Just let us know. Because it's pretty heavy, loud. That's about as loud as I
I've been
want the
looking
music
for
to
this
get in the room.
forever.
It sounds good there.
It's neato.
Okay, good. All right. So this would be about the loudest I would let normal music get, and they're saying it sounds good. So sounds good. All right. Very good. All right. Anybody have any final questions, housekeeping items with your characters, your backstories, anything at all?
We're good. I'm good.
As long as I don't have to sing.
You're really terrified I'm going to make you sing, aren't you?
Well, if I do, I just apologize to all y'all and the entire world. But, I'm funny. Remember that?
Yeah, and I think that's like
As I do.
enjoy the role play aspect of it. This is going to be just an open, fun time, and there is no right or wrong way to do any of this tonight. No. So, okay, all right. With that said, let's go around, do a quick introduction of your character. Give us your first name, your real first name, and then your character, and do like class, level, race, anything you want us to know about the character, high level. And as we like to do here, we'll do a D. All right, so that starts with you.
All right. Well, my name is Jason, and tonight I'll be playing a dwarf fighter named Dread. I don't know much more you want to know about him. You'll find out. But he's a fighter. He likes to scrap and get in the mix of things, and he's not afraid.
And he is 5th level, right?
Oh yes, level. He is 5th level. Yes,
5th level.
Yes, sir.
That's great. Okay, I think
Very strong and very, very healthy. He is. He never backs down from a fight. He's
there
going
you
in.
go.
Yep,
All right,
he's-
excellent. All right, Katie.
Yes, I'm Katie, and I will be playing Taria. She is a 5th level cleric, a human cleric, and while she comes from a traditional cleric background, her specific interests are a lot more macabre, and she is really particularly enticed by anything undead related.
Ooh,
Nice.
Very interesting.
Not
All right.
creepy at all.
Not creepy at all.
Understanding it, Tracy, obviously.
Okay, Erica.
My name's Erica. My character's name is Elle. She's a paladin, 5th level, high elf, and when she has a goal, she becomes obsessed with it, and that becomes like her main purpose.
Very nice. Very nice.
Well, I say for those that have never watched a Blue Box stream, I am Tom. I play Vantalord on Fall of Red Dawn. Tonight, I will be playing a level 5 Rock Gnome Wizard. During our tussles in town, myself and Dread got in a pretty decent argument over who owns rights to a magical trinket, and from that little bit of an argument, we became decent friends. So we'll see how that dynamic plays out tonight.
Very nice.
Very good.
And I am Tracy, aka I'm Devine, and I am playing Amelia, a half-elf bard. Very excited. She's a little, she's had some interesting training that's brought her to an interesting place that's a little maybe dark, and ought to be exciting.
All right. Outstanding. Very good then. All right, let's go ahead and I will set the scene and we will begin. This adventure takes place in the small town of Pendlebrook. Pendlebrook is a handful of hours to the south of the free city of Greyhawk, a small, little-known town. It is the place recently you received a summons. Each of you, for various reasons, came to this summons. The Marthane Manor lies on the outskirts of Pendlebrook. And the Marthane Manor actually has some renown even outside this area. It was the site of a brutal tragedy. Some 10 years ago, old tales of old lady Elspeth Marthane, who reportedly went mad, brutally ending the lives of her husband and 2 young children, slaughtering them in the night before turning a blade on herself. This tragedy obviously was devastating to the small town of Pendlebrook, and the mansion was shuttered and has not been inhabited now for some 10 years. But a shroud of mystery has blanketed this place, based on the true events of that frightful night and stories of the Marthane family. You have been summoned here because the locals have seen strange sightings every time in the night, nothing during the day. Lights going on and off inside the Marthane Manor, sometimes strange screeches and noises. But of greater concern than minor auditory glamours and pyrotechnics have been now small animals turning up dead. It was 3 nights past when a dog was found turned inside out, its innards splayed out across the soil in an almost ceremonial fashion, but no knife marks found. It's as though something had reached in and, like a sock, simply pulled it from one end to the other. It was at this point the good people of Pendlebrook knew that they had something more than a minor issue on their hands. You find yourselves this night, you have recently arrived at the Wailing Wench. There's an homage, forgive the term wench, but that's an homage to the Welcome Wench, which was the tavern in the original Hamlet in Gary Gygax's very first module, the town of Hamlet, which then, of course, later led to the Temple of Elemental Evil and all the original D&D stuff. This is the Wailing Wench. The Wailing Wench Tavern sits nestled between a blacksmith's forge and a quaint bakery. It's a dimly lit place, and it has some of Pendlebrook's rustic charm. There was as you walked in, a time-worn sign was swinging in the gale outside. There's a good strong rain. Even now, once you're inside, you can hear the peals of thunder off in the distance, and the evening is chilled. It sounds like the mournful cry of a lost spirit as the wind blows through this place. Inside, the tavern itself has aged oak panels all around, and there are a handful of citizens in here. It's about the 8th hour of the evening. Some have eaten and already gone home. A few are in their cups. It looks as though some perhaps even trying to drink enough to forget about the things that they have seen and heard here recently. As you sit around a table together awaiting the summons, you know the mayor is supposed to be approaching you at some point soon. The huddled townfolk around the meager tables stare at you through heavy-lidded eyes, wary glances as they watch you. And you sit among yourselves. You've been served various whatever libations you have chosen. They sit at the table now, and you just simply await the arrival of the mayor. You look at one another, and I would like each of you, as we get started, to tell me something that you think, see, or feel as you sit here in the Wailing Wench awaiting the mayor. And we're going to go in reverse order this time, so we'll start with you, Tracy.
Okay. What I feel. Amelia feels very called to be here. Her old teacher that kind of found her and raised her to, not raised her, but taught her in the ways of being a bard, upon hearing of this opportunity, felt like this was where she needed to be. Was this town, this going to this mansion, and what was the wacky stuff.
Very nice.
Well, being with the wizard, in that school, I've just been looking through and I can sense the chill going through the air, and I know with everything that knowledge, I need to figure out what it is, so that way I can have that sense just to know how to overcome it. I can just sense the chill, and seeing everyone around, something's just not quite right.
Nice. Eloise.
I can feel that the floor is dirty and they need to clean it, because when I was walking through, it feels like it dirtied up my boots.
Yeah, they're sticky.
Yeah.
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 You don't like sticky boots.
I do not like sticky boots. I got nice boots.
Yes.
You notice that Taria sort of has like a small smile on her face, because she is very excited. This is the kind of thing that she has studied for a long time and is looking forward to getting some firsthand experience with.
Whose audio is low? Someone said someone's audio is low. Wizard's audio. Am I the wizard?
Or it's probably me. Let's say that
You
know.
were talking a little.
Yeah,
I
you were
was
talking quietly.
I apologize. I can bring that up. That's my fault.
All right, so everyone else should just speak for a moment. I'll turn your mic up a bit.
Speak for a moment.
Yeah, like,
Testing
get-
1,
get-
2, 3.
Break 1 for
Can you get loud for a second?
Can I be really loud
There
for
you
a
go.
second?
All right, so
okay.
you're there. All right, so I should have just boosted you up a bit. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Learning.
All right. Yes. Did you already finish?
I did.
Okay. All right. Yes.
Dredd feels thrilled. He loved the stickiness and the uncleanliness of the tavern. Sitting there, he is looking to prove himself, and he's eyeing the other adventurers that have heard about the manor, feeling that he's better than all of them. And he's ready to prove it.
I like it. And as he pulls the ale over, it's the watery stout of these
crap.
humans. And he also notices Thimble. You catch it. He's got this irritating habit. Every once in a while, you notice Thimble seems to be trying to imitate your movements. It's highly distracting.
Thimble, what the heck you doing? You're a gnome. You know your own stuff. You be your own man.
But here's the thing: is we've had our tussles. We got to be able to grow from each other. I may not be much of a fighter, but we still need to be able to work together.
Well, do you agree that ring of steadying hands that's a dwarven crafted item, and it should have always belonged with my family, my kin?
I'm sorry.
It was for craftsmanship. It was
It was very beautifully crafted, but I'm sorry. I bested you in battle, and I probably got lucky. It is not mine.
Damn gnomes.
Ho, ho, ho!
Another hill.
Merry
Another hill.
Christmas.
You see a very interesting sight. A bellowing voice gets you to turn your head, but you see the source of it is a mustachioed and rather rotund halfling that comes swaddling over. He grabs a chair and he pulls himself up onto it, puts his hands on a prodigious belly, and he says, "Oh, brave adventurers, welcome to our little town. Thank you so much for answering our call."
The question is why did you choose us?
I'm sorry, you seem to be confused. We put out a general summons for aid, and you answered.
Okay.
We are destined.
Was that a trick question?
I wasn't sure if it was something directed specifically towards us, or if it, like you just said, very generalized.
Yeah, well, we are welcoming all the aid we receive, and I did not mean to be mocking towards you, sir. I thought perhaps you were actually testing me.
No, not testing. Not at all.
All right, well enough then. But you are capable. Big arms.
Damn right. Get on with it, halfling. Tell us what you know about his. How can we help out here?
He says, well...
Don't bother with the rest of the people in the tavern. You got the party right here. It's going to solve your problem.
I love the confidence. You see, the Marthane Manor, you may have heard of it. It's got some renown. It lies on the edge of our town, and, well, people have said for many years it was haunted. I thought nothing of it, but we have seen some things of late. Ghouls and ghastly apparitions. I tried to dismiss it. He shudders a little bit and his belly jiggles. And worse, he says, they say spectral creatures that roam in the night, dogs out in the graveyard, cats in the window, all manner of spectral ghosts, human and animal. It's very odd. Makes you miss the days when ghosts would just rattle chains, slam doors, things like that, right? This makes no sense to us. And he kind of waits for a second, just measuring how you're receiving this.
Dogs and cats, you say? This is the problem?
I was
And things that go bump in the night.
Put out ghost food for him. Ghost milk.
You're joking again. Yeah, quite the clever lot you are. I'm sure that will serve you well. Now, I hope that your wits are as sharp as your swords. You're quite clever, and you may need those in there. You heard about the dog, I guess. Yes.
We've heard some rumors about it throughout the town, some whispering.
Is there any truth to this, halfling?
Yes, right inside out. Like a shirt you pulled off your body.
Now that's something that I've never seen a ghost do.
Mayor, explain to me, this event in the Marthane Manor occurred long ago, but why now? Is there a disturbance? Has something changed recently?
That would be the question. You are lovely. Your name?
Oh, I'm Taria.
Taria. We have wondered the same thing. It has been nearly a decade since Lady Elspeth's dark deed soiled this place, and we have done our best to distance it. Would you believe we get tourists that come by to see? There's profiteering off the suffering and misery of a family. But since that fateful night when she went mad and slew her family, there has been really nothing but the occasional knock, bit of sound, maybe a light. It was just a few nights ago that this seemed to begin in earnest, and, well, it's scaring people. So with that said, as promised, we have ample coin. There is a sack of 1,000 pieces of gold that has been taken up by the citizens, and of course our eternal gratitude as well. If you're successful, I would be most grateful. And, well, if you find anything of value inside the manor, you are welcome to it. No one else steps foot there.
Coin always talks.
Is your goal to just stop anything from happening, or to go back to the way that it was before?
It would be our preference that there'd be nothing, yes.
Well, I didn't know how much the town is profiting from the tourism.
It's a rather unseemly business. I don't really wish to propagate that, but if it went back to the way it was before, that would be all right. You won't be taking away a source of income, if that's your concern. Really, I'd like it to just go away.
Excellent.
Are there any relatives of Lady Elspeth in town, in the area?
No remaining relatives. She slew, as I said, her husband and her 2 children. She did have a sister that lived in town, but of course after this occurred, she moved somewhere east. I think she made haste for Hardby or someplace.
You said the manor's still there, and no one has taken up there. There's no one living there. It's been abandoned for a long time.
Yes.
Why didn't y'all tear it down?
Superstition, knowledge that people died there, also resources. It's a large manor, as you'll see, not easily torn down. Perhaps we should.
Mayor, how long have you led this town of Pendlebrook?
I am now 18 winters, Mayor.
So you were mayor when this tragedy occurred.
I'm afraid I was.
Is there any insight you can give us as to what might have prompted it, or knowledge of Lady Elspeth before she had this fit?
Roll D20.
First die roll.
16.
Well, rumors were that she was a jealous woman, prone to fits of rage and anger, but I had never observed this myself, and I don't like speaking ill of the dead. Her husband, Lord Elspeth, he seemed a fine enough man. Lord Alistair, he might have had a wandering eye at times, but who doesn't? That's really all I can tell you. But
Can I
for
tell-
seasoned adventurers like yourselves, I'm sure.
Can I
that's
tell
more
if
than
he's
enough.
holding anything back?
Go ahead and roll D20.
11.
11. No, you said you. I mean, he seems. He's got a fairly bluff and open face, fairly gregarious tone. It seems like he's being open with you.
Okay.
How long ago did the animal things
3
start?
days. Well, the apparitions.
The apparition.
Those have been, rumors of them for some time, but we actually began to see increased frequency probably within the last month. And those were not terribly concerning. Then the sounds, occasionally piano would play, occasionally screams would be heard. And then, yes, there were birds just dropping from the sky around, falling to the ground. This was concerning, but again, when the dog was, he doesn't even want to say it, just makes the motion, that's when we knew we were in serious trouble.
Who played a piano? Did Lady Elspeth play a piano?
She did, and if memory serves, I believe she was teaching her daughter, the eldest, Laurie, to play.
What do you think happened? What do you think is causing this?
Lady Amelia, I've wondered this many times. As a leader, one has to question oneself. Is there anything that I should have seen or done differently? A sign, perhaps, but when the madness comes, who can say why? It's a mystery to all of us. I wish I could be more helpful, but it seems like you're quite capable.
I believe we are.
We're gonna find out.
A good test. A good test.
Let's go ghost hunting.
It's probably just going to be cats and dogs, but yes.
Probably, but still, that's.
Let's investigate.
Play piano.
There you go. That's some good. They walk across keyboards all the time.
Right. And
It didn't say it was a
just-
good piano playing. It's just piano sounds.
Was there a specific song that the piano playing is, or is it random?
Now that you ask, I believe there was a children's song, "Lolling in the Brook," a local tune that was one that was oft played. But then occasionally there seems to be just a cacophony, as though someone's mashing on the keys.
Cats.
It's probably teenagers.
Hello, Vivi. Hello, everyone that's in. Thanks for joining.
Candles.
In this,
Exactly.
we're absolutely deliriously giddy one shot, but thank you so much for joining us. All right. So he looks at you and says, of course, as these things go, they only happen at night, so no better time than the present.
What time is it?
As I said, it's about 8th hour of the evening.
Okay.
So
Yeah, so sun's beginning to go down, I'm assuming, so.
Well, good thing I only had 3 ales so far. I think I'm still good. It's all this mostly water.
Go up at night. I mean, it's most likely to be spooky if we go to the mansion tonight.
That's
Right.
the best time.
That makes the most sense.
As she says that, I just cast Mage Hand and tap her on the opposite shoulder with her when she's not looking.
Ah, you trickster. Funny
Love
guy.
cantrips.
anything else I can ale for the road?
Ale for the road.
Not unless there's a better ale than what they're serving here. If you have something different. This is...
Dread. Do we really think that's necessary?
It's probably best to have all your wits about you.
If we can work through this tonight, tomorrow night I will buy you all the ale.
You got a deal. You got a deal.
Dread, was that the name?
Dread.
Dread. Wow. Frightening. Ominous name.
Family name. Passed down from father to son.
Wow, quite scary. I have a strong Furion-ish ale, but no doubt best to wash down a freshly accomplished quest. I will have it ready for you upon your return.
Agreed, sir. Agreed.
Fighters and their drinking.
Dwarves.
So
Fighters too. Fighter and dwarf. There you go.
Double, right?
I'm not saying no.
Dread Jr. doesn't sound as intimidating. That's true.
Dread the Fifth. How's that?
Dread the Fifth. There you go. Dread the Fifth. All right. So, in short order, then
Dread
you
Jr.
make your way out. The moment that you step out into the evening, the sound of the wind, the rain, the thunder. It's a pretty strong gale that is falling. The pouring rain coming down, rivulets going down the street, washing mud and water down the street as you step outside of the tavern, your eyes taking a moment to adjust. The elves and the dwarves obviously much better than the human. And you can see limbed in the moonlight about a half a mile out to the side of the town, the almost claw-like structures of the roof and spires of the Marthane Manor sit about a half mile away.
That sounds
Of course,
like a
it
good
rains.
welcome. Sounds like a great welcome.
Like I said, it's good ghost hunting weather.
It is.
And is the manor completely darkened? Or
What's that?
It's all
No,
dark?
so, okay, as you look, let's see, that's a good question. No, actually, as you look up, it's dark, and as you look at it, a light on the second floor actually comes on, and you see, even from this distance, an apparition. It looks like a female figure in a gown just moves across the window.
Adult or child?
Adult. Looked like, you know, again, you're a good distance away as you're walking, but looked like an adult.
You stole my question.
Well, there it is. Let's go check it
Yes,
out.
it seems like.
Yeah, let's go question her and see what's going on here. There's probably a
I
simple
don't think
answer.
there's going to be any lack of evidence. That's for sure.
All right. Then as you approach the manor, you slosh your way through muddy streets. The sky is violent. The thunder racks and pounds across the open streets. As you approach, you see an old iron gate, and there's actually, just inside the gate, you see, leading up to the manor, several tombstones. So it looks as though the Marthane Manor had a graveyard in front of the manor where they would bury the successive members of the family that had been there.
Do any of them look like people have messed with them or tried to dig them up?
You're not through the gate yet, but if you wish to go through the gate, you can take a look.
I'm going through the gate.
Okay. So you see, with boldness, Thimble approaches the gate. Anyone else going with him?
Oh, definitely. I can't let the gnome, be
That's what I'm hoping
in front of me.
You see the gate hangs open in the wind, and as you walking through, your feet sucking in the mud, you see there are several gravestones that sprout up like skeletal hands reaching up from the earth, and you can see they don't look like any of them have been disturbed recently. Some of them look older. There are about a dozen of them here. So, you know, as is wont with tombstones, a few of them are leaning to the side with age, and the rain sheets down off of them, rivulets of mud pouring around your feet. You can feel an almost palpable shiver in the air with each peal of thunder illuminating the castle or the manor ahead of you.
But none of the graves themselves look like people messed with. It's just age of the tombstones. Gotcha.
Yeah. Nope. Yep.
I'm just going to take a look at a close tombstone that might be near this path to see like how old this is. Is it
Okay.
a family from 100 years ago, 200 years ago?
Sure. So you start looking at a few of the tombstones, and the oldest tombstone that you can see looks like it was about 70 years ago. So it looks like there might have been 2 or 3 generations that have been raised here. All of them with the Marthane name. And you see, as you're sort of, nothing in particular that's remarkable about them. You do see most seem to live, you know, they have the years of birth and death, 50, 60, 70 years, healthy lives. You do see one that looks like a child that might have died within the year of birth. And that was actually dated more recently. That would have placed it about 2 years before the tragedy of Marthane Manor.
Can we tell approximately how many graves there are here? Just
About a dozen.
About a dozen?
I think Amelia, seeing this scene, she just feels in her heart that she should just play a sad song. So she's going to pull out her flute, which you might notice a beautiful spectral cat on, and she's just going to play a sad song as we move forward through this graveyard,
Very
as
nice.
if lulling those in the graves to sleep.
Stay
Just a-
there.
Just a nice, sad, somber lullaby, lovish something.
And then, of course, you're going to sing, correct?
I have a flute. This is the chorus that I sing with my flute.
Smart.
As the doleful tones play out from your flute, creating a nice undertone to the staccato pounding of the thunder. Anything else that you're doing toward these graves as you walk past?
Can we tell which are the most recent? Can we see the dates on like the most recent
The
ones?
most recent is this. Looks like
Is this the
child?
child's?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay.
There are
So
no.
none for the family that died. None. Okay.
Don't know what that city did with them.
Yeah.
Didn't think of asking that question. Dang it.
So presumably
Ghost hunting 101 people.
they all
Bury
died
the
in the
bodies.
house, and that's
Right.
where they.
How can we destroy the
Stayed.
bones if
I
we
mean,
don't
you
know
have
where
no other
they're-
information to operate on. That would be
We
a
don't.
possible presumption.
Okay.
No graves for the bodies of the family.
That's
I'd like to.
sad.
Well, I think we should do a walk around the manor just to see if there's any other lights on the backside or something. I don't know how deep. Can we? Oh, how the approximate size of the manor from at least width that we can sell.
Yeah, I mean, this is it's a good 4-story manor. And
Wow.
Yeah, it's a nice sized estate. And this would be a good 40 to 50 yards on each side, so
Okay.
120, 150 feet to each side. So you see there's a large set of weathered oaken doors with huge iron knockers, and the door is actually slightly ajar.
Okay.
And you see several of the windows look broken, and but you can also go around the sides. So are you going to right or left, or are you approaching from the front, or?
In the window that we saw that had the light on, it was on the second floor?
That was on the second floor, yes.
Okay. I wouldn't mind just taking a quick walk around to see if there's any other lights on, and
That
also
seems
kind of
wise.
get, maybe there's a back entrance as well or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll
Not
do,
to be outdone, I'm following you, Dread.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Would each of you please roll a d20 and give me your raw roll?
11.
Okay.
18.
Nice.
2.
17.
And I rolled an 11.
Always following, doing what I do. Huh?
Yep, absolutely. if you want, I can change dice.
And so so you're walking to the right or to the left?
Right? Right?
All right. So you see him kind of walk. You see Dredd walking off toward the right-hand side, making his way around. There is an iron gate, rusted, or an iron fence, rusted, that runs the span of the property. You see what once looked like it was nicely curated grounds, overgrown thorns and vines growing up the sides of the structure. Are all of you heading with him, or?
I'm going with them.
Yeah.
Strength in numbers in case
You
he...
sure you don't
Yeah.
want to just
Split the party?
sit in the front
I know, right?
under the awning,
For a second
not
of
get
the-
any more dirty?
I mean,
It's raining.
it'll be alright.
We could just stand here by the partially open front door. What could go wrong?
You can if you want to.
No, I'll go with the party. It's fine.
You don't want to be in the rain?
It's getting in my flute.
Cape, I'll wait.
If you want, I can always, dry it off. I throw a firebolt at it.
Trying to split the party. It's fine.
Do you want to get her
Never will go. Nothing wrong with that.
No.
I'm sorry to tell you this. Growing up, learning wizardry, Dad always said, never split up. There's strength in numbers. Of course, granted, as a gnome, he probably meant that because of a race. Now that I'm thinking about that.
Maybe.
All right. As you make your way around to the right-hand side, Amelia, something catches your eye. You've had this happen before, all of you. It seems like it's at the periphery. You feel like you sense motion up ahead, but by the time you look, you see nothing there. In the courtyard
You
with
mean
you
me?
here, yes.
Taria.
I'm sorry, Taria, yes.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I pointed out to everybody else. Just, I thought I saw something that direction.
And you're human. Can our dark vision, do we detect anything when we look in the area she's pointing at?
You look up, you see no heat sources.
I don't see anything. Probably a cat.
Probably
Probably
a teenager.
Go look.
In that direction? Sure. Yeah, we can head there.
Yes, let's do it.
But how good is, like, I know humans, from what Dad told me, don't always see the best in the dark. How sure are you?
I'm fairly certain. You know that feeling that you get when you, it's partial instinct and partial, eyesight.
So I'm
I
guessing
trust my gut.
humans and their guts. Well, let's say we're going ghost hunting. Let's do some ghost hunting. I just point me in the right direction. I can lead that way because I've got a little bit better dark vision than you do. Maybe I can see something. So as she points, I walk in the direction that she had pointed to.
Okay. All right. Then
Yeah.
as you begin moving that direction, as the lightning arcs across the sky, it briefly looks as though there's a large skeletal tree, no foliage on it, illuminates. It almost looks as though it's moving, but as the lightning fades, you can see it is still. But then you see two forms come loping out from behind the tree.
And no heat source?
What's that?
And no heat source.
Spectral animal.
You see two hounds about 3 feet off the ground, large beasts, illuminated in a verdant green. Their heads pan up. You see they make eye contact with you.
Oh my god.
They suddenly
Scared very easily.
they come rushing at you, and we go to initiative.
Fire in the hole.
Jump scare.
All right, so one of you will-
time on me.
That's a good one.
One of you will be responsible for rolling first, and so I will go ahead and
Keep your reflexes up that way.
That's great.
I'm not to scare anybody.
It's all right.
Didn't hear any laughter in the next room, so.
Who wants to roll?
All right, so yeah, I need somebody that's going to roll a d6 for me.
Okay, I'll
D6, okay.
Okay, well,
Nope, you don't want to know what I just rolled.
you're banished from rolling
I'm
that.
finished from rolling. I rolled a 1.
Critical failed.
Critical fail.
You rolled a
called a
1?
fumble.
True, he
You
did,
rolled
yeah.
a 1? All right.
The one.
I rolled a 4. All right. You are stunned, and they are on you in a flash. As these two creatures come running up, we had Thimble and Dread in the front.
There we go.
They immediately
doing in the
lash
front?
out towards you.
In the front.
I don't know.
And
This is what he gets for never having played a wizard before.
Dread, you manage to dodge the first beast as it launches to you. You can see spectral slobber coming out of its jaws, dissipating like mist as it falls off, and it lands past you right in front of Amelia. The other one leaps toward you, and it hits. You feel a bite clamp down on your arm. A chill, first of all pain and then cold seeps through. You take 8 points of damage. I need you to make a will save, DC 16.
Okay. Let's do this set. It hasn't failed me yet. 15.
Well, but no, that's on the die?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's your wisdom bonus? You have to add your wisdom bonus. Yeah, so all right, as you feel chill going up your arm, and there's a sense of weakness, but you're able to fight it off. Now we're going to go to the two of you since you are first there in melee combat, and then we'll come to the three of you afterwards. Let's start with you, Dread. You see this creature leap past you. It lands right in front of Amelia. What are you doing?
And is the other one still clamped down on you, or is it released?
Yeah, it's got to hold on him.
Well, I'm going to swing my battle axe right at that wolf's head, that dog's head.
Right at the head. All
Right
right.
at the neck. How's the
All
neck?
right,
Right at the neck.
all right.
There we go. Had to change that. Okay, so not the best. That would be a 15 total.
A 15 total to hit. And remind me what weapon you're using.
A battle axe +1.
A battle axe +1. It does indeed. You swing, and it's a good stroke. That was 15 on the die nat, right?
Oh, no.
Oh, that was your total of 15.
Total 15.
Oh, no. That does not hit. I need you to roll again.
All right.
Please. While not a fumble, this effectively is like swinging directly into multiple combatants. He has a ghostly apparition attached to his arm. You are swinging at its neck. Your blade can go right through. There's a possibility he is hit by your
Okay.
mace.
That's a natural 1.
Oh. Okay.
We're gonna kill the party tonight.
All right, and roll one.
I will do my
roll
best.
one more time for
It's
me,
not going to be
please.
them that kills us, it's us who kills us.
Yes.
14.
What's your armor class?
16.
That's 14 on the die.
14 on the die.
Roll percentile dice, please.
No, already.
Gosh.
Oh my gosh.
You're a horrible person. I knew
The first attack roll.
to be like,
Yeah.
He
I
didn't
know,
like
that's
you
my
copying him. You didn't know that.
That is true.
92.
Oh my gosh!
Why?
What?
Why do you not like me?
it was nice.
A 92?
It's nice
Well,
knowing
Thimble,
Okay.
short-lived.
All right.
Why are you in the front row?
Why are you in the front?
I knew you were the
Thimble, so much happens all at once. First of all,
Didn't need
the
that.
ghastly apparition comes at you. It latches onto you. It seems to try to somehow overpower you. You manage to resist, only to see Dread turning a snarl on his face. His battle axe, mighty thews, swinging, slicing straight through, smashing into your midsection. I need you to roll damage. You're going to triple what you roll on the die and add your strength bonus, please.
What?
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Dude.
Sorry, Thimble.
No, you're not.
So, +5, so it's 8.
No, so you'd roll. So it's a
sorry.
3.
3.
Let's go. So you're triple that.
sorry.
9
9.
plus 5, so 14 points of damage as he hammers the axe into your midsection. You're pretty sure he didn't intend to, but you're not absolutely certain. What are you doing now, Thimble?
Friendly fire an option? No.
Besides bleeding.
I am
Hold
flat
still,
out
I'll get
angry.
him. The next swing.
Right there, don't move.
I want to take and firebolt this guy, stuck right to me, and so it's a hurling a mode of fire at a creature within range. There's a range for this is 120 yards. It's just it's linear directly to it.
So what's the question?
You asked what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So can I make an attack on said monster?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to be hurling firebolt at him.
Okay.
So
First thing you're going to do is roll d20, and you need to roll. You're making a concentration check, so you need to roll under your intelligence here. You've just taken. You've taken like almost 20 points of damage in one round. So you're trying to concentrate through that pain.
13.
And your intelligence? No, you're rolling underneath your intelligence.
Yeah,
so
I
yeah,
did.
you're
So
you're
it's-
fine. Yeah,
yeah,
all right.
I added it.
You managed to maintain your concentration. Firebolt, that is a touch attack, correct?
Yes.
So
it
go
is
ahead and roll to hit.
Yep. So
You reach out your hand toward this spectral creature, trying to conduct.
19.
That is a
Nice.
hit. Roll damage.
okay, finally something working in my favor,
Fire erupts from your hand.
and I do looks like 5 points of damage.
5 points of damage. You see the fire does affect the spectral creature. You see steam rising from the ghostly apparition. And now we're going to come to you. You have, Amelia, one of these beasts slavering right in front of you.
Wait a second, that should have been 2d10.
I thought so, yeah.
Yeah. So
Go ahead and roll again. I'll add the damage.
6.
Total?
Yeah. 'cause
Roll,
fi-
okay.
I rolled a 1.
Yep.
What does Mage Hand do?
It,
So while you're looking that up,
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Sorry. I
no,
was,
you're fine.
I had to download it.
Do you give flanking bonus?
Yes, absolutely.
I will flank with her. Pull up my shield.
Oh,
pull
yeah,
up
no,
sword.
that's not what I want.
yeah.
Okay.
That-
All right. Roll to hit. And what blade? Your longsword is
It's a
it?
+1.
+1. All right.
It is. It's probably not going to help much, but it's 14.
14 on the die. You swing, you miss. As you pull your blade through, you feel it does tug slightly at the flank, but the creature pivots and it just cuts through. A wispy bit of green comes away, doing no damage. Are you ready?
Oh, okay. So no weapons. Yeah, let's. I guess Thunderwave. I was gonna go sword, but rapier, but sorry, Thunderwave. I didn't want to use spells yet. Okay. So yeah, Thunderwave, 15-foot cube. These guys aren't like in between me and the dog, right?
No, but I'm in front of you.
No.
You're in front of me.
Yeah, because she's flanking the animal. She
Yep.
came in front of you, yeah. So she's right in the path of anything that you would cast.
Go for it if you want to go for it. I'll
Nah.
just pull up my shield and pray to my God.
Yeah, you see, like, you make eye contact with her, and she's just like,
Okay, let's go.
All right, let's go.
Let's see if we can get rid of this dude.
Okay.
Presuming I got to roll to hit.
what are you casting?
Thunderwave.
Yes.
Okay. Come on, baby. Oh no, wait. It's not a 1. It's a 7.
Wait, I'm sorry. No, you don't know. There's no.
Throw.
Oh.
No, there is no roll to hit on this.
Oh, good.
It's a 15-foot cube that emanates. Everyone must make a con saving throw. That would include you. Actually, a 15-foot cube.
That's why I asked if they're in front.
So you're centering it in the front, so it's catching just the two of them. All right, yeah. So it would just be her and the creature. Go ahead and make a saving throw, con saving throw, and that's going to be at a DC. No, not you.
What's your DC for your spell?
Yeah.
It's up there on the top.
Oh,
Yeah.
15.
Okay, I save.
Okay. As does the creature with a 19. But on a successful save, the creature takes. So you still take half damage. So you're going to roll a D8, and both the creature.
I get a bonus action too, right?
Correct. Yes, you do.
Yeah. D8. Nope, there it is. D8. Okay. Go, 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 go. 2. Jeez. As a bonus action. Yeah, right. Switch die.
No one's touching my dice after tonight, including me.
Thunder crackles out, mingling with the sound of thunder overhead. You see there's like a wave that dissipates through the creature, but not a tremendous amount of damage. You see Eloise winces.
Okay. Interesting. As a bonus action, I'm gonna use one of my bardic inspirations to give the whole party 8 temper HP, helping this guy out.
Very nice, very nice. All right, all of you feel a bit of energy that comes
Playing
from.
my flute.
Oh, nice.
All right.
That's okay.
The dog.
So just to clarify, you tried attacking it and it didn't do.
So
She
I did my
missed.
first attack.
Oh,
I
okay,
didn't
okay.
Oh yeah, yeah. So we'll resolve. So
I have a
you
second
and then come back
attack
to your
as
second
well.
attack. Yeah, we'll come back to the second
Yeah,
attacks
yeah.
afterwards.
Okay. I am
Watch out.
going
Second
to
attack.
notch a crossbow and see if piercing damage works against
Okay.
these
All
creatures.
right.
That is an 18 on the die, so 23.
Okay, and is it a regular arrow?
It is.
Oh.
You strike it dead, and you see it passes through, doing no damage.
Okay, good to know.
It is good to know.
Good to know.
All right, Dread, your second attack. You pull your axe out of Thimble's midsection.
Hold still, Thimble. I'm gonna get this.
This won't hurt a bit. Hold still.
I'm gonna swing more towards the hindquarters.
Oh, okay, all right.
I look at you and I say, thanks.
Oh God, nothing good again.
So it's
It's
a
at 8, and so total would have been plus more 8, so 16.
16. You swing, being a little more cautious this time. You don't hit Thimble, but you also miss the creature. Your second attack, Eloise.
I guess I shouldn't have had that last ale.
That last ale was one too many.
that one.
A nat 1. Oh my gosh, this is all right. Roll again.
We haven't even made it
We
in
have to
the
confirm.
manor,
So
you guys.
if the second one
We're
is a
gonna
miss,
die
that
in the
confirms
courtyard.
it. It's not a. That's a 10 on the
10.
die.
10 on the die.
And what's your total bonus to hit?
It would be a 16 total.
That is a fumble. Roll percentile dice, please.
Wow.
We aren't even going to make it into
Oh
the
my.
manor.
It's a 99.
No.
shortest stream ever.
Do you have our other character sheet spread out? I have no idea who the other player is, but I'll play it.
Hold on.
If you need a desk
He's
stamp, I got one.
got scraps.
Brought out the crit table world.
I got this. I have to pull up the original one here. So 99.
Not good.
Oh, that's a great roll.
It's been nice knowing you guys.
right.
All right, so this is so funny.
Short-lived.
Anybody that's watched Blue Box for any length of time, you know I do like the fumble tables from the old. This is Middle Earth Role Playing or Iron Crown Enterprises. I need to reprint
beautiful.
these. Yeah. These guys, these were some of the best original crit tables. Now I don't use these for crit tables anymore because I have better ones, but the fumble tables are still super fun. I have cited my favorite fumble of all time, and it is on this table, and you just successfully
It is
rolled.
99.
This is exactly what it reads. You stumble over an unseen, imaginary deceased turtle. You are very confused and stunned for 3 rounds. You don't know what happens. You have a moment of disorientation. You stumble. You smack your face straight into the ground, mouthful of mud as thunder peels over. You are now stunned for 3 rounds in the combat. So you will.
We have ghost turtles.
Unseen,
All
imaginary
kinds
deceased
of animals. And
all right, now we go to initiative.
nobody else want to roll?
Somebody
this?
else.
Yeah, so you lost last time, so we have to go to. Let's go to you.
Tom rolled that
He
stuff.
rolled last
Oh,
time.
you rolled last time. We'll go to you.
Yeah, don't want me rolling. No.
D6?
D6.
D6, yeah.
Tracy, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Oh, sissy, don't die.
Yeah, good roll.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Hey.
Evenly across the PC. No, Tracy,
Points
come
there.
on. What are you doing? All right, so each of you got a +1 from Red Reb. That's Tracy. All right, what was your roll?
A 6.
Oh, 6.
Oh.
Come on. 2. You have initiative then. You,
Eat mud.
mouthful of mud. Let's go back.
It's delicious. Pumpkin pie.
Let's go back to you, Dread.
All right, doing the battle axe against the
Yes,
hind
unseen
quarters.
imaginary deceased turtle. Look it up. 97 to 99 on the Merp
I'm getting
fumble
worse.
table.
A natural 5, so I'm
Okay.
getting worse.
I'm like, at this point, Gimble's not looking. Don't hit me, please. Don't hit me,
All right,
please.
That's 3 rolls of
All
terrible.
right, go ahead, roll again.
Roll again.
Oh, yeah, we'll go to your second attack now.
An 8. Someone give me a better 20.
Okay, all
Three
right.
of these.
I think
Now we go to you,
So far
Thimble.
they've been doing
This
okay.
creature's
This
still
one's
on your
been
arm.
Oh, terrible rolling
At this
tonight.
point, again, he's close enough. I just want to blast him with a good old firebolt to get him off of me.
Okay.
Okay. You still want me rolling concentration? Yes, no, maybe so.
No, because he hasn't damaged you this round, so
Yay!
you would have if you had lost initiative, but
21.
Nice.
okay, yes.
Okay. And
Roll your
my
damage.
2d10s.
Nice.
Dice Jail going to be on lockdown tonight, no lie.
Yep, they are going to be on lockdown after this. I rolled a total of 8.
A total of 8. All right. More fire. You see the creature begins to look even more diaphanous. It's wispy and it looks like it's almost done. Let's go to you.
Okay. Amelia is a little confused. What's going on? Why
are
her
falling
team
on the
is
ground.
just,
Falling
no
apart.
idea. And she just wants to chuckle, so vicious mockery on the dog. That's what we're gonna do. I'm bad dog. You are bad dog.
Okay, all right. You know what? I was not going to allow vicious mockery on a spectral hound, but that was well role played. Absolutely, I will allow that. All right. So, what is this? It's a DC 15, I assume.
It is it says wisdom 15. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, it's a
I'm
wisdom
sorry.
save. Yeah. So, all right. So here we go. It turns and it starts running. That was a terrible saving throw. The power of your mockery. Somewhere in life, this creature had heard harsh words, and you seem to have struck a chord. It turns and sprints away into the night.
Go.
All right.
That was the one not attached
Correct,
to him, correct?
correct.
Okay. Seeing that
Be
the
gentle,
crossbow did nothing, I am going to instead cast Sacred Flame on the one that is near him.
There you go.
Oh,
What part are you trying to hit? Please don't hit me.
you're a rock gnome. It's fine.
All right. So each of you still has +1. I now have 3 +1s.
Oh
I got
my
1 from
gosh.
Tracy. I got 2 from Jeff.
Oh, man.
Thank you
Why?
very
You don't
much.
need any
Wait,
more.
we have 3 + 1s?
You
I have
no,
3 +1s.
He has 3. Do any
we
of us
still-
have
You
one?
each have 1. You each
Okay.
got 1 from Tracy.
Why is everyone trying to kill us using John? Okay, please don't hit me.
Come on, more Tracy to Tracy action.
Come on. Don't hit me.
Thankfully, this isn't an attack. I mean,
Okay.
it's a saving
The
throw.
one on your arm bites down. Yes, and
Wait,
again.
did he take damage from the Sacred Flame?
Oh, yes. Yes.
I didn't roll because I
Yeah.
didn't know. He has to do a dex save.
Okay.
The 16 is the save.
He made the save. It's a 17 on the die. Is it
Okay.
half damage?
Nope.
None. Okay. The sacred flame, the light comes down, passes through the creature, seemingly untouched. While spectral, there's clearly nothing evil about this entity, and it somehow is not touched by the sacred flame. It does, however, touch you again. And as the bite gnaws down on your arm, you take 6 more points of damage. Make that save again. Add your wisdom to it, please.
Okay. Please roll nice. Please roll nice. I rolled a 15.
Okay.
No,
You're
wait,
fine.
I did like 16.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. You resist again. We go to initiative once more with the remaining hound. I have a 1 on the die. You won last time, so you roll again.
Nice.
6
You
again.
haven't. All right.
You may be eating
Ophelia,
mud,
yes,
but
yes,
you
yes.
know what?
You-
You're helping.
I can see the turtles faintly.
Yeah.
Get the
There.
turtle.
I know it was here somewhere.
I know it's there. I'm just looking for it. It's like the ones in Elden Ring.
All right. Dread.
All right, taking a swing at the wolf again. I'm using your die
Yes,
here,
yes.
so a natural
better.
12 plus
That's a hit.
8 is 20.
Roll your damage.
Dirty 20. I grab Thor's hammer.
Because I'm looking up like just please don't hit me. Please.
6 damage.
Okay. As you hammer your blade in, this creature already damaged by the flame, you see it passes. There's a bit of a tug you feel, even though it's spectral.
Follow your dice.
As it bites through the spine and back of the hound, you feel a tug, and then it dissipates in a wisp, and all is silent save the sound of rain and thunder, and the whining of
Of a very
a
sore
really
thimble.
hurt gnome.
How do you? How bad are you right now?
I've got some potions for you.
I've
yeah.
got some, I've got 1, but
I
you can
apparently
tell
have
I'm hurting.
3 potions of greater healing, so I'll give you one of my,
It is
You're
your
good, man.
fault,
Here you-
technically, Dread. So that
Here's that
probably makes
potion back.
sense.
Oh
And I
dear!
extend a hand
oh
to Elle to
dear!
pull her up
oh
out of the
dear!
mud.
No! Not Dolly and Jam! Oh, I'm sorry. They're such bad dogs. And you hear a voice, and you see a man limbed in blue, translucent, come walking towards you with a limp. He's got a cane in one hand. We don't get visitors here as often. Then forgive the hounds. They're just trying to be the good boy and good girl that they often are, protecting the grounds. Were we expecting you?
Good day, sir.
Good day,
Amelia.
Amelia.
How are you?
I'm fine.
oh yeah, I was gonna look for heat signature there.
No.
Nothing.
Something seems to be amiss. What can I do for you?
I'm sorry, your name again?
I am Garrett. I'm the caretaker here. I'm feeling a bit strange. I'm not sure what's wrong, but I'm sorry again about the hounds. They're really
a bit
good.
Cranky.
No, they're just protective, not cranky. What were we talking about? Oh yes, why are you here?
We were just coming by for a visit, Garrett. Have you seen anything odd happening around the grounds recently?
Oh, whatever do you mean?
Is Lady Elspeth here?
He stops when you say that name. He leans back. Oh dear. I've forgotten again, haven't I? Right. I'm dead. Dreadful condition.
Dead would be a dreadful condition.
Somehow it slips my mind. You see his shoulders slump for a moment. Why do you suppose I'm still here?
Well, perhaps we can help you figure that out and, put your soul at rest.
Rest? That sounds lovely. The lady. Yes. Yes, quite a sad story. No, they're dead too, I'm afraid.
Are they like you?
What do you mean?
Still here? Not crossed over?
Yes, I believe I have seen them.
The whole family?
Yes. Yes, I've seen Laurie and Thomas as well as the Lord and Lady.
Is he like, does he know something? Like, it seems like he's like purposely holding back information about
say that.
suspicious things.
So as you're trying to read it, go ahead and roll a d20. Again, he's an apparition.
Right, yeah.
I'm gonna roll 2.
He's clearly addled.
Yeah, 16.
16 on
I
the
did the
die.
same.
Okay. And,
For what?
and your wisdom? Your wisdom?
Plus 8. Too.
Plus 8.
Yeah, and mine would be +4, so it'd be
Plus-
20.
Oh, sorry,
no.
insight. Wisdom is plus 5.
Plus 5. Okay. Inside 8. It's difficult to tell. He's addled, clearly. Death could have that effect. But it does seem like he's also perhaps hesitant as he speaks.
Right.
I suppose I should... Well, no point in getting back to my rounds.
Perhaps you could help us, Garrett, and maybe in doing so we could help you.
Help you how?
Well, we'd love an escort around the grounds, and you must be familiar with the area.
Well, I'm quite familiar, yes. I'm not allowed in the house, but anything out here, yes, I can... How can I help you?
Do you know why the family... We noticed in the graveyard that there were no graves for the family. For Lady Elspeth, her husband, the kids.
Yes, they left them to rot.
They left the bodies in the manor?
That's horrible.
They were scared, I suppose. They abandoned it and abandoned them. There was no ceremony.
Ghost dogs in the distance.
No ceremony at all for the dead. Sad.
And do you have any memories of your own perishing?
While this is happening, I think I'm going to play that sad song again, like I played in the...
Okay. So once again, you pull out your flute, you play your doleful tone. He wrinkles his forehead. Strange, I don't. I recall I was here the night it happened. I heard the screaming inside. And then the people came. There was sadness. They left them. Oh. Yes, that night I went back in after them. I wasn't supposed to go in the house. And that's all I remember.
Why weren't you supposed to go in the house?
Oh, I track mud in. Yeah, I have my own. And he points at a structure over there, and you see it looks like a dilapidated old, like a groundskeeper's house that's been left unkept. Yeah. Roof is half gone.
The night of the death, was it just the 4 in the house, or was there someone else there?
Roll d20.
Sure, now the nat 20 can go.
The mistress might have been there. She would come sometimes. Never knew when. I can't be sure, though. I didn't see her that night, but she might have been here.
What was she like? Was she an angry woman?
No.
She was quite beautiful. Lord Alistair took a fancy to her. He tried to keep her hidden from the lady. I don't mean to speak ill of the dead, but
No.
it's been so long, I suppose it doesn't matter now.
Well, but you know, you're kind of dead too, so
Do you have
It's
to
like-
keep reminding me?
speaking of your own.
Do you ever see her around?
The mistress.
Yeah.
What's her, do you remember her name?
Oh, no, I was never allowed to speak to her. I would just see her. No, I don't think I have. Not since that night.
Okay.
Garrett, did you have any family of your own?
No, alas. I was an only child, a bit of a mother's boy, if you will. When my own parents passed on, well, let's just say my appearance wasn't much better in life. I could not get the attention of the fair sex, and so I chose the life of servitude. They were good to me, although they didn't let me inside, but they were good to me otherwise. And, no one else.
What are the dogs' names?
Dolly and Lorm.
Dolly and
Lorm.
Long?
Lom. Dolly and Lom. Dolly was the girl, the pretty one. And Lom is the boy. He's a bit more ferocious.
If we run into them again, is there anything we can say to them to let them know we aren't?
Ah, yes. There's a secret word. Yes, I trained them all with it. Raspberry tart. If you say raspberry tart, they will stop dead in their tracks, sit, and likely salivate.
Brilliant. Thank you, sir.
We were asked to come here because there's been disturbances around town. Is there anything that you could tell us about the manor that, like hidden passageways or locations that maybe we could explore? Do you ever hear anybody talking about stuff like that? I know you said you spent most of your time outside. Is there anything even outside the manor we should look into?
Never anything that I heard. I do know the good Master Alistair, he liked his library. The children liked to play in the upstairs. But secret passages or no, they were a normal family. Family estate inherited through generations and never any trouble. Why are you here?
We're here to investigate just in town weird other spectral ghosty-like animals showing up suddenly. Not just I not likely Dolly and Loam, but other maybe. Do they ever leave the grounds?
No.
Have you seen? You've not seen other animals like Dolly and Loam?
Oh, you mean dogs?
Dogs, cats.
No. Creatures don't like to come on the grounds. Dolly and Long can be quite scary. They tend to keep the grounds clean of rabble and vermin. Ooh, frightful night.
So, animals, live animals, come on the grounds, and Dolly and Loam dispatch them?
Oh, no, the live animals see Dolly and Lom and they stay off the grounds. That's their job as
Got it.
as dogs.
Got it. Okay.
At this point, like, I'm beginning to get, like, I can just tell we're all getting soaked. Is there, like, an awning that we can go stand under so we're not just standing in the rain? Just, I say, we've got armor and swords and things.
You want to come in the house with us?
Oh, no, I couldn't. That's not allowed. But, certainly there's a...
He points to the front door. You see there's a large overhang.
Are you allowed at least over there?
Certainly, as long as I
Okay.
stay outside.
So, with that, I try to bring the group over to the awning so we at least can kind of jerk off.
You said that the children played upstairs and the Lord liked his library. What about the lady? Where did she like to spend her time?
So you step underneath the awning, the rain pattering, a little bit less loud here, kind of in the protected. You can see the door standing right behind you is slightly ajar.
Lady Elspeth was she was a kind soul. She liked to wander the grounds sometimes. She would play with the children. She liked to play the piano. She was a devoted wife and mother. Did all the things a mother would do.
Has this store always been open?
Oh, not when they lived here, of course not.
I mean, after the whole tragedy.
No, come to think of it, it was closed. Quite closed. It was boarded up.
It's boarded up. So, definitely different.
When do you remember the last time noticing it being boarded up?
Silly me, I seem to be paying less attention to things now. Walking among the dead, I suppose, does that. Dulls the senses a bit. I don't know.
Okay. That's suspicious. Have you seen anybody else around the grounds like us?
Oh, no.
Visitors?
I don't get visitors. But I do like talking to you. If you'd like to talk, we can just sit and talk.
Do you feel like there's something you've left unresolved? Something we can help you with? Something you always wish you would have done before?
Unless you're offering me your hand in marriage. No, I always wanted a family. But I don't think that's what you're asking, is it?
No. But that's sweet.
Garrett, I know you mentioned that you enjoyed your time as a groundskeeper here. Did you ever have any conflicts with the Lord and Lady at any point?
Oh, you're asking the dice rolling question.
Why? That's never ending good. Oh, at least not for me.
He says, he looks a bit cross, vexed with you for a moment.
You are trying to get me to speak ill of the dead. I see it now. Perhaps I've said too much.
It is only I'm only looking out for you, Garrett. If there's anything we can do to help, the more we can understand, the better we can get to the bottom of it.
I think I need to attend to the grounds. Flowers.
He looks around as though realizing the folly of what he's saying.
Just be careful in there, and remember, they were good people. The Marthanes have always been a good family. Have our faults, all of us do.
Our intentions aren't to get you to talk ill of the dead, and I can tell there's loyalty with you and this family, but there are children that their souls aren't to rest, and we're just trying to help them. So anything you can tell us that will help us help them is appreciated.
When you mention the children, he winces as though he's been struck.
I would like to see Laurie and Thomas be all right. I hear them crying sometimes, and it makes me sad. I would just say, I don't believe that the Lady Elspeth was capable of what they say she did. And perhaps if you could get to the truth of what happened that night, we could all find rest.
We'll do our best, Garrett.
You're
Yes.
kind, Garrett.
Well, I hope that your time here is safe and somehow you find mirth amidst all this sadness. Can often be important. Laughing.
He turns and he wanders off, limping with his ethereal cane. Leaving you alone in the doorway of the Marthane Manor.
All
Well, that was an interesting encounter.
Interesting tale.
Yeah.
Fully normal. Let's go.
Yeah.
in.
This is the most ghost action I've ever gotten.
I mean, he was a nice guy.
He was.
I do give Thimble one of my potions of greater healing because it happened all right at the time when he started walking out, so I didn't know if you caught that or not.
Yeah,
but
I
wanted to
did.
make sure
I've got it right here, and Thimble's internally just debating: do I take it right now or should I save it?
Thimble, my best advice is always just take it now.
With that advice, I go ahead and take that potion of greater healing that was given to me, and my intelligence. So, those what D10?
Who knows what lies behind these doors?
I don't have the information on how much it heals.
Of course.
What's a cure light?
Cure. No, it was a greater healing. It said potion of healing greater in parentheses. So
Potion of healing greater in 5e. Let's just do. I'm not sure what the 5e set for that, but let's do 2d8.
Okay,
All right for that.
10 for rubber ducky. Sure, now I roll nice.
nice.
Roll an 11.
Okay, well that's good.
There you go.
Are you
you are-
back to?
You quaff the
I'm
potion.
close.
You feel a warmth suffuse your body and some knit and healing. Even though you see in Dread's eyes there's a bit of guilt behind this potion as he offers it to you.
There's no.
The open doorway of the Marthane Manor lies ahead of you.
All right.
You walk
We're
in.
gonna go in, right? No more exploring around the
Perhaps
outside.
Thimble, you should not be
Turtles
in the
and-
front. Just a thought.
Oh, that's a great
I wasn't the only.
suggestion.
Good. I'm glad I wasn't the only one thinking that this time. Can I just peek in the door? Is it lit? That way, we make sure that those that can't see in the dark can see something. Is there any candles lit or anything?
No. As you look inside, there is, the crack and flash of lightning will illuminate a bit. There is some wan moonlight that manages to peek through the dark clouds every once in a while, but otherwise it is utterly dark in here now.
I can just cast light on one of my items, like a.
Okay.
I'll do it on the holy symbol, just really ominous.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do that.
That's how you walk into a haunted
hold up
mansion,
your
right?
light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
It glows with light, illuminates, and you see looking in, it's a large entryway. You step inside.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you step inside, there is a chill that goes over you, almost like you have had a wash of cold water, and the sound of the rain recedes. That you can't even hear the thunder or the rain inside here. The moment you step in, each of you lets out a slight exhale, and you can see your breath. It's cold in here, as though it were a winter eve, not a balmy rain outside. You look around, you see what must have once been a stately entryway. A grand staircase spirals up to either side to a second floor, and you see a hallway that runs to either side. So you've got hallways running to your right, to your left, and this grand staircase that leads upward.
The light that was on the second floor, was that up to our, as we're facing into the door here, would have been to our left, right, or
Yeah, so just trying to orient yourself, you would think it would be second floor and to your right.
to the right? Mm-hmm. What do you think? Should we go towards where we think the light is from? I mean, there's obviously some apparition that we saw there, some figure. Maybe that'll speak to us. Maybe it. But
Do we see
it'll have to be
a
dealt
piano
with
on
at
this
one point
main
or another.
floor?
You do not. And we'll be mostly theater of mind tonight, but I have a couple spots I'll show you. So this is the party as you enter in. So here, this is our bard.
There you are, Trace.
That's
And-
me.
Yeah, that's Amelia.
Really raids the bar.
This is Thimble, our gnome.
We've got our beer with them. Nice.
This is Dread,
Yay.
our dwarf. This is Eloise, our paladin.
Some
And
dark
this
armor.
is our cleric, Thria. And you see the stairway ahead. Again, once stately, this manor. You can see tapestries that must have once been glorious lie tattered and covered in dust. Cobwebs on the floor. No actual bones. In
Okay.
this room. So yeah, just disregard that. But just rubble and empty inside.
Reminds me of the halls under the mountain. Nice. Cold and damp, I feel at home. A little quieter than I'm used to. What do y'all say? We know there's something that we have to investigate on the second floor, but do you want us go directly there, or do you want to explore around here on the ground floor first? I'm
Jokingly, I look at Dread. I'm like, I'll go with you. Just don't swing your battle axe at me again, please.
I wasn't
We'll just
swinging
keep
at
you two separated.
And it's literally just a jest, you know.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's all fine.
I had to get that out of my system. So there we go. Now
So we're sure we don't want to just check the main floor.
Can check
just
the main
go
floor if you want.
straight for the.
just a
ghostly
suggestion.
figure
I'm
we
fine if
saw.
you want to go.
Do you have an ability to where I can detect evil and good, and it allow me to detect a list of creatures that are 30 feet within me for 10 minutes? So if we walk around the first floor really fast, then I can kind of like be like a, you know,
A beacon.
little beacon,
radar, yeah.
Yeah, that's
The
cool.
other thing,
for Fey, undead, elemental, celestial, and aberrations. Just that
Okay.
way,
Oh,
you know.
that's a
Very
good-
nice, very nice. Okay, good.
maybe
All right.
maybe we in conjunction. I'll use my detect magic with that. We
Jeez.
can look for anything.
Yeah,
What was the radius on that?
it's 30 feet from me.
Yep. Same for me.
Within 30 feet. Okay.
Up
All right.
above as well, so that's nice. So it'll be
Okay, let's do it. Let's hustle through the house.
Yes,
through the
I don't
main
use
floor.
to be honest,
Yeah, yeah,
so
and
I'm
it's like a
like-
sphere, basically.
that's a great. Yeah.
That'll work. All right. So you concentrate for a moment, and as you concentrate, you open yourself up, and you feel immediately, Eloise, a sensation of a residue. Nothing in the immediate vicinity, nothing that you would sense within that radius, except like you might imagine a slick of oil left behind by something that passed, the trail of slime that a slug might leave. You can sense there is something resonant here, maybe it had passed through, and you hear a childlike voice from somewhere above. Lori? Lori?
One of the kids is above us.
Or someone calling out for Lori, the mother.
Well, you said it was childlike, correct?
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Just making sure. I just want to make sure I caught that.
Yeah, the boy's name was Thomas. Okay.
Yeah, so it might be him. We can run around like Scooby Doo down here if you want to, like, throw fit or go upstairs.
Should we
It
tell
only
them the
has
rule of
10 minutes, so we
anachronisms?
gotta move fit.
What's that?
quick.
Should we tell them the rule of anachronisms?
We can have no anachronisms, or we keep them to a minimum, but it's not, we're not death on them. But yes, thank you.
As she's casting that, I'm gonna go ahead and cast my detect magic just to see if there's anyone that's kind of messing with the area in an arcane fashion. So, just make sure that there's nothing else along with that residue that she had.
Okay, and you're doing this still standing in the center area here?
Yep, right where
Okay.
right where we're at.
All right.
So,
As you do that, one reaching out for the feeling of evil, the other reaching out for the sense of magic. Nothing magical nearby that you can sense. You do, Eloise, though, as you maintain your concentration, that taint, almost you could describe it like the feeling of undulation, as though slight ebbs and swells, light, like in the very fiber of the house.
Eloise, is there a direction you want to head? We can follow your lead.
Yes.
There's something going upstairs. If y'all want to go upstairs.
Let's do that.
Yeah. Okay.
You lead the
So-
way.
Sure.
All right. You head up the stairs. As you walk up these stairs, they're a solid stonework, so there's no rickety sound to them, but not marble, nothing that ostentatious. As you make your way up, your foot falls gently on the stone, little puffs of dust coming up around you. You can go 2 abreast up these stairs, so give me your marching order, please.
Perhaps Eloise and you.
I'll tank up with her.
Yeah, I'll be in the front.
Okay. All right. And so the 2 of you in front, and then...
Oh, I can take up the back. I'm
Okay.
a little sturdier, I think, than
All right.
either of you.
Oh, you're gonna be in the back.
So it
Yeah,
could be
I
like
can.
2-2-1 or 2-1-2. Or,
Okay.
2-2-1.
I'll be behind
2-2-1.
him.
okay.
So it'll be 2-1-1. 2-1-1. Yeah, so it sounds
you're
like I'm in
fine.
the middle.
You're in the middle.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Weak
'cause-
guy's in the middle.
2-1-2 then. Okay.
The
All right.
weak guy.
All right, as you
Sorry,
move-
little buddy.
Carry me! No.
As
That's
you
too far.
as you move,
Upsies! No, sorry.
as you move up the stairs, you see something. As you come up to the top of the stairs, there's a landing. You see an old rug. It looks like red and tasseled, and it looks like there's a large fireplace hearth here that might have heated this second floor. As you look at the fireplace, everyone roll d20, please.
You can use this.
That's fine. I'll try this one again.
Nice.
Oh, no,
See,
not
roll
this
them
one.
all now.
16. That's coming back to me.
15.
Roll them now
I
outside of
couldn't use
combat.
the white
15,
one.
okay.
I rolled in at 20.
And that
You got
20,
3?
okay.
3.
Oh no.
2.
2. All right.
Come on, Allie.
You you note that where this fireplace is, there is a set of fireplace implements that have been knocked over, and you know it would be common. You can see where this stand, an wrought iron stand. There's a shovel, a small shovel for ash, there, where there should be a poker. It just catches you odd for some reason. You see no poker.
Do you share that with us?
And I'm the only one that notices.
Yeah, I mean it's a detail. It's a detail that would have been easily missed, but your keen eye, you're not 20. You note that.
I see. I kind of just stare at it a little bit longer, and I'm like, that's. And I'm mumbling to myself. That's just not right.
What's not? What's
A scream peals out.
Parts of the fireplace kit are missing. The shovels. I heard the scream.
He just keeps talking.
Everything.
Pressing matters here.
The thimble is apparently coming a part of the scene.
I'm like I say this like sanity check. I mean,
We would just call it
between
Cthulhu
that,
here.
you got parts missing in this. You got the scream, and like you can just sense this little old gnome is just like being torn apart. You know, I should have been first. I should have just stayed in the back. Dad just told me to attack from afar.
I just grab you and I'm like, just breathe. Okay? In through the nose, out the mouth. In the nose, out the mouth. You've got to stop screaming.
Okay.
Right. Speaking of screaming, there is a scream.
That was
Wait, that wasn't him.
That wasn't him, no.
Oh,
No, that wasn't me.
It was clearly the scream of a woman. It peeled out.
Welcome to Blue Box, everyone.
No, it sounded like it peeled off from somewhere to your right on this floor.
You're doing the.
She has
Do
the
I feel
detect.
anything?
She's got the
Detect
good
evil.
and evil.
So you're concentrating a moment, and Eloise, you feel something you've never felt before. And you've sensed evil at times. But as you open yourself up, there is this constant, as I said before, almost like a slick across the house of oil. But then there's suddenly a torrent. You feel the oppression of an evil so dark, so vile, It's disorienting to you for a moment. You all, you don't know what's happening. As Eloise is standing there, suddenly her mouth drops open. She takes an involuntary gasp. And as you feel this crushing down on you, then suddenly it winks out, gone in an instant. Roll D20, please. Add your wisdom to it. Oh, nice roll.
It's a 12.
Yeah, so
11, sorry.
Yeah, and then your wisdom bonus is
It's a -1.
-1. Oh,
Oh.
okay, all right.
I was like, no, that's a 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, then that's all you can tell. You sense it there, and then almost the moment that you sense it, it vanishes.
Eloise, what happened?
I do not like this place.
What? Suddenly you just like
I
went white for a second.
Yeah, I think maybe like your madness is affecting me.
It's all
Maybe
symbols.
play.
At this point, my concentration is broken down on my detect magic. Like, there's nothing there.
There's
No
there's
magic.
something here that this is not like anything I've ever dealt with before. We need to be careful.
Proceed with caution.
So
Well, the-
the direction of the scream we know, we don't know.
Oh, you'll be nice.
the
It
right.
sounds like it was to your right. On this, I mean, you can't be certain, right?
Yeah.
But it was quick. It was sharp. It cracked out through that, but it seemed like it was to your right. On
And the
this.
lighted room was, we think, to our right
Correct.
as
The
well.
kid that you heard came from which direction?
At that point, we were downstairs. We knew it was
Just
up.
upstairs.
We just knew it was up.
Just up.
You don't sense him anymore?
I think not as of right now.
You look down to your right. You see a hallway. It looks like there are doors, perhaps bedrooms, one to either side. But there is down at the end of the hallway. It looks like it's open. There's an open door. And when there is a crack of lightning that flashes, it looks like a large room. You can't quite make out what's in it, but you can see there's a window on that end.
We don't see any light coming from any of the under the doors or anything like that on anything.
Nope.
Did we hear that? Mm-hmm. Okay.
You hear occasionally, it's a sound of perhaps a little boy
The pitter
calling
patter.
out a name. Lori? Lori?
Does it sound like it's coming from where the scream was?
Now, as you listen, it sounds at once as though it's above you, and then moments later as though it's somewhere off to your left, and then
Yeah.
right behind you. Different places.
Okay, so going after the scream or trying to find the little...
Red rum. Red rum. Red rum.
Yeah, the two twin girls appeared then in the hallway.
Like, at this point, I'm dazed. I'm like, let's get rid of the scream. Let's work towards the scream.
It could be hard to get the boy if he's up,
Right, it-
popping up all over the place.
ADHD is real, even in the afterlife. All right,
That's
so
go
What's
to
the
the-
ADHD that you speak of?
it's
I did.
It's a thing I heard of.
Okay.
Should we head in that direction?
The
To the right.
I
Yeah.
think to the screen.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a part.
All right. You turn, you walk down the
Tightly
hallway.
gripping that ass.
And as you're walking down the hallway, getting closer, you walk past a door to your left.
Should we open these
single
doors
door.
as we pass by?
We don't know where the screen came from, so I think we probably need to, right?
Kind of open each door
okay.
and kind of
Guys,
peek in.
before you open it, how about just make sure we don't have booby traps? Remember that mage hand I tapped you on the shoulder with? I can open doors with that.
Oh. There's a cantrip.
You think there will be? I mean, this is
I
just a
wanna make
manor.
I just want to make sure nothing comes flying out towards us. Again, I look at my arm. as
Okay.
So-
I can help with that. So him and I can just mage hand all the doors open down the hall.
I wouldn't
Okay,
do them
yeah.
all at once, but that's just at least one room at a time, just in case.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
I
Chicken much? Where's
Absolutely.
your backbone, son? They're
I'm
just,
3 foot tall.
so is the little kid ghost.
You can pick me up and throw me for all I know.
Yes, I can.
Please don't.
Wait.
So with that,
No, I can't.
Is that permission just going forward that we can do that?
No throwing the
checking.
gnome.
Okay, I'm just making
No,
John's already there.
that game is out.
Okay,
You'd
so
probably win.
I take the first
he'd win.
I cast Mage Hand and I
He's
can
a little bit stronger.
I can
I'm only
move things
4
up to
feet
10
tall.
pounds of pressure with it. So I go up to the first door with my Mage Hand and I try to bring it down so I can open it up. Does it open?
Yeah,
Is there-
so the first one on the left, there's a door on the left, and there's another door about 10 feet down on the right.
Yep.
So
So
there's
it
two
goes
doors, right?
alternate,
Right.
okay.
So
Yes.
Oh,
you go to the
Daggers.
first one, and yes, your mage hand turns it, and the door opens. Nothing happens.
What kind of room is it?
So you walk up to it then. All right, so you walk up and you peer in the door, and this looks like some type of a larder. You see what look like supplies, rotted, bits of extra food and whatnot, and then you see cleaning supplies, like there's a mop and a broom, otherwise empty.
Supply room.
Nothing looks disturbed.
Looks like it's sitting as it had for a decade.
Okay.
With that, I go up. I'm like, everything looks good.
Let's go.
Okay. Again, I do the Mage Hand to the next room down on the right.
Okay. You open that door, and then as you walk up to it, you look inside, and you see. It looks like it was perhaps a guest bedroom. It's a small room, has a simple bed up against one wall. Looks relatively unremarkable. Closet, small dresser.
And windows look like they're curtained over, or they opened up like you
Yes.
could see.
So
someone
this one would be
walking.
facing the front of the house on the second floor, and it is curtained over, but the curtains are blowing. It looks like the window has been broken or left open here.
I feel like we should, knowing that he had a mistress, could this have been her room? Should we check the dresser? There's just a dresser.
Correct. A dresser, a bed, and a closet.
Do we want to see what else is down this hall before that, since
just-
we know there was a scream?
I know she only had the 10 minutes on her
Right.
spell. That's why I was thinking we want to
Yeah,
cover some
that's-
ground.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I like that idea, but I think yours works much better, Dread. So I hurry up and I get to where I can Mage Hand, where I'm like 2 or 3 feet behind the door, like just where I can open it quickly, peek in.
Just to be clear, are you in front again while this is happening?
I'm
You have a range on that, right? How far is that? I mean, you don't
Can we
have to
put
right
some
so
people
with-
between you and potential
Mage hand
danger?
This is like 30 feet. It's
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
So you can stay back.
So I
in
think maybe
position.
you should be at the front of the
Yeah,
door.
So what are you doing?
so I'm trying to open up so this for these guys so that way nothing gets caught up because
I'm sorry, you're opening what?
the next door down because
Oh, so
how
the-
many
but
there
you- no,
only
the-
the 2 rooms or is there
There's
a
only
third?
these two, and then there's a room at the end.
Yep, so
Oh,
that's
wow.
That room at the end is already open. Remember, you were
Oh,
looking through it. You could see lightning
So
flash.
nothing more than
Gotcha.
Mage Hand. We're just going to
okay.
Walk up
walk
to that
down
I
door.
to
disregard.
that end room.
Don't
Yeah.
listen to the gnome in the corner.
I thought there was more doors as well.
I did
so.
too.
Okay.
Doors ajar.
Yeah, it's wide open.
Oh, so there was only 3 doors.
Yes, there's two. One door on the left, one door on the right,
larder.
10 feet down, and then a door at the end of the hallway, which is open.
Open.
Okay.
So let's head on down
Yeah,
to that
see what's
final
Must be
room at the end.
upstairs. 'Cause there's-
It said
How far away is that at the end of the
About
hall?
30 feet.
So you would be able to detect something
Yeah,
if there was an
if you-
evil
if you
presence
notice
there at least.
at least to the doorway.
You're not
inside
feeling
the
it. You're
room.
not feeling that. Since that overwhelming, you're just now back to feeling the taint.
And there's been no more sounds that we can detect.
Just the occasional whispers of names that seem sibilant in the air, but nothing more.
I would say let's walk down to that last room because if it's only 30 feet, she can only feel up to the doorway,
Yeah.
not into the room.
Oh, the door's 30 feet away. Yeah, okay.
All right, let's go.
It's also
And,
open, which is a little more.
I'm gonna
That's
stay in the middle of the group as they're walking. I felt my little adventureness with the mage hand. I'm like, but now I kind of go back to where we were.
It's a
Don't
good
kill
trick.
me.
Okay.
It was a good spell. It was a good cantrip.
So you, as you walk up to that last door, looking in, you see it opens up into a large room, perhaps 50 by 50 feet. This would have been, you see there's a window straight ahead, which would be on the eastern wing of the house, and
Okay.
also a window to your right, which would be about where you would have been looking when you saw the light
Front in the
before
front
it's
door.
open.
Front of the house. Got it.
Both windows, the curtains are pulled back, but as you look around, you see nothing that's moving. There is a large rug on the floor, looks like it's perhaps bear skin. There are several cabinets on the walls. A single piano sits against one wall. There's something sitting atop it. You can't quite make out. It's at the opposite end of the wall. The piano, the top of it is open, caked with dust.
Seems like perhaps since
The
this is
whole piano's dust? I'm sorry.
oh, that's okay. Since perhaps this is where we saw the light, I think this might be a good place to look around to see if
Do the
there's
search.
anything.
Do a search here.
Especially with the piano.
We need to head
Right.
towards the piano because there's something
Yeah.
Yeah.
we're seeing.
Well, and we obviously saw some
silhouette.
figure pass by this window.
Right.
Have we?
Then it could have
We've
been
not
something.
heard piano playing yet.
No?
And the room's still cold.
Yeah, really good timing on that question, Dredd. So not only is the room still cold, but as you're talking, you feel you feel suddenly a chill that drops in the temperature, and where before you had only seen your breath when you first came in, now you can actually see the steam from your breathing. And you see suddenly walking through a wall is a woman. She is limbed in blue, and she's holding a child's hand. Looks like a little girl of perhaps 6 or 7 winters. As they're walking, she's looking at her and apparently has no note of you. And she walks right past. She's headed to the door. She's coming straight towards you. As she walks towards you, she looks down.
Laurie, don't mind the noises. Father's just working. He works late sometimes. Let's get you to bed, dear.
And as she walks past, she gets it's eerie. Like you, as she's walking right towards you, she's gonna walk. Do you stand? Do you part?
I'll move to the side if she's walking past
Stand
me.
to the side. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep,
Okay.
I want to go to the opposite side of where they are, so like parting a curtain.
Okay.
Did she come from the area of the piano or from one of the?
No,
the
she
wall?
walked through a wall to your
Okay.
left.
So
Yeah,
we
she
still don't
walked
know.
straight through
Okay.
the wall, past the piano, turned, heading toward the doorway that
Yep.
you walk through. As you step aside, the chill becomes so strong. Your skin feels like it's freezing as she walks past. She takes no note of you, but you do see there's a tear, a ghostly tear trickling down the mother's face as she holds her daughter's hands, walks through the door. As soon as they hit the doorway, they vanish in a puff. You clearly have the sense that you're seeing a scene from the past, like a remnants, a memory of the home or a memory of a person in the home.
Eloise, did you feel anything then?
Did I feel
You
anything?
felt no evil,
No
no
evil.
magic, and no evil.
Magic.
No good either.
She's not detecting good; she's detecting evil.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, I'd be the one detecting magic, and I lost my
Yeah.
concentration with that
Yes.
scream way earlier.
I would like to go over to the piano.
Okay. You see Eloise, her plate mail clinking loud steps on the floor.
Walk with her as well that direction and start saying,
As you walk over to the piano, you can see it was a fine piece, nothing extraordinary, but a well-constructed piano. Now that you're closer, you see what sits atop is a little porcelain doll sitting. It's got a dress on
freaky.
it, and it just
Dolls.
it sits atop the piano, unblinking eyes staring at the ceiling.
Do you play?
I do not.
Do I play
The
piano?
bard though, right?
You have, yeah.
So, I'll just mosey on over to that piano.
Any chance you may know that song that they were talking about? They gave the
Yeah,
title
the
of a song
lolly.
that
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
The
do you know
children's
that? The lolling in the brook?
do I
child
know
song.
that?
Is it a popular
you have
child's
heard
nursery?
a children's nursery rhyme that you know
about
goes
to,
by
like,
different
summon them?
names. You have a guess what it might be.
Okay.
Has a light little lilting tone to it.
Let's play it.
All right. As you step toward the piano, it comes to life on its own. The keys start moving in a frenetic pattern.
Easy.
Puffs of dust coming out, and you see the little porcelain doll on top
knew it.
moves
Oh no,
and
no,
then
no.
falls back.
Can I pick up the porcelain doll with mage hand and throw it across the room?
You do? Right, yes, you can.
I want that
You
porcelain
suddenly
doll
see the
away
doll. You don't know. You all don't know what. They can see the hand, I guess. Can they? Yeah. See the mage hand
absolutely,
comes
they
up.
can see.
Porcelain shatters against the wall.
Broke the doll. Why would you do that?
Like little crystalline
Again,
tears, the
remember, the
porcelain
scaredy cat? No.
falls and
That's what
tinkles
I'm
on the
playing right
ground. All this
I'm
silence
sorry, that
again.
just creeped me out way too much, guys, with that whole piano thing. And you ever
Thimble-
seen a porcelain
Thimble-
doll move like that?
Thimble, just maybe don't destroy any other artifacts that we might need,
Thimble.
or that might be important to these
Ghost
family members.
hunting.
That
What
was
did you expect?
not that.
It's
You were attacked by a ghostly dog out there, and a doll just scared you.
Again,
We had a
look.
con-
I almost died from the dog. The doll was moving. Those aren't supposed to move at all.
we talked with a ghost for like 15 minutes.
The ghost was friendly.
I didn't like that doll.
His name was
I'm gonna go and check out where it crumbled to the ground just to see
Okay.
if there's anything mixed in with the porcelain.
Don't split the party. Don't
Okay,
be-
so
all
as
on the
you
same
walk over there, your footsteps, the porcelain crunches underfoot.
You're right. Really making the ghosts
and
mad now.
You see, you just see there was a little peach-colored dress that was on the doll. Now just lays amidst the crumpled porcelain.
I think you killed it. I think you got it. At least the next P there.
What if we need
I
this?
tried to play that piano again.
You walk back over to the piano.
I
Yeah,
like
yeah.
when that happened, I just kind of stopped and was like trying to tell it to settle
Yeah.
down.
Yeah. As you walk over, you kind of with some trepidation you approach it this time.
Yeah.
But yes, you press your fingers to the keys and you start picking out the tune.
Yeah. I
Dun,
think
dun, 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 dun,
that's not a
dun.
creepy
I know.
song.
I know.
Dun, 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 dun. It plays out on the piano.
I'm just looking at the bard at this point, just going, why? Why? Why that song of all the songs?
Because it's special.
This is killing the real pianist inside. me. You know that's right.
Is it possible? I'm gonna go look at the doll pile of rubble.
Uh-huh.
I think I have mending. Is it possible for me to put it back together?
You can try.
Did you hear
I
that?
can, yeah, I'd like to try it.
No, did you just hear?
Yeah, I heard that.
Again, you hear that little child's
brother.
I
voice.
just feel like it might be. If it might be
Oh, that was
important
Lori.
for
Is
the
that what it
kids.
said?
Lori.
Did it say Lori?
Lori, yeah, Lori.
That's little Thomas.
Yeah. Sounds like a
Yes,
young
so as
child.
you cast your spell, and you've mended things many times, you cast the spell of mending. The pieces, they come together, but there are so many and they're so fine. As it mends, it looks like a puzzle, sort of poorly put together. You see little
Sounds really creepy.
fractures in it.
It's an attempt. It's an attempt.
It reforms, but it was so complexly broken that when you mend it back together, it creates this deformed-looking visage. And the porcelain doll lays naked now, the peach dress removed from it, and the face slightly distorted.
One eye missing.
Put the dress on it.
You put the dress back on it. Okay.
I'm gonna take it.
All right, you take it. All right,
Mm-hmm.
you have it.
And I'm walking as far away
Where
from
are you,
you as
where are you
possible.
holding this doll?
Do we see her mend it and pocket
Yes, you
it?
guys see all this. Yes.
Okay.
I'm literally just looking at her going, don't bring that thing near me. Nope.
Is there a
Nope.
dresser in the room?
No, so in this room again, there's bookshelves. It looks like it was a study of some kind, not a library. There's no desks, but it's got bookshelves, the rug, another small fireplace, and the piano. It looks like perhaps it's a place for a sitting room, quiet, maybe light entertaining.
How
It's a
often
50 by
do you
50
fix
room.
that doll?
I can do it every time it breaks.
So and I'm whispering this to you. I
Yeah.
say, okay, so this is what we're gonna do. If we survive, every night we're gonna hide it in Thimble's room.
This is brilliant. I love it. I love
Smash
it.
it, three
We will
bandit.
break it and we will fix
Yes,
it and
yes.
do it again.
I love it.
Days later.
Yeah.
Terrorize him.
You didn't hear any of that, Thimble.
I whispered it. You walked away.
You actually said you were walking as far away from me as possible.
We've lost Tom to a giggle fit.
Yeah.
Yes, we've lost him to the giggle fit.
Oh man, and I can probably hear my wife laughing at
Genius.
this later. That was
Thank you for the follow, by the way, La Sombra Dark. Thank you, everyone, for all the bits as well. We have them all marked down. DM still has 3, if I have followed correctly. Each of you has 1. Plus 1 that you may use.
Okay.
As you're doing this, you hear the voice again. It's calling out constantly. And then you look down, Melee, and you see something walk right between your legs.
A cat?
You see. What'd you say? It's a turtle. She's obsessed with turtles now.
and that's where we're taking break. No.
You look down, and yes, a cat brushes right past your leg. All you feel is chill. It's a spectral-looking tabby.
Ooh.
Oh, nice
And-
kitty.
Pretty.
It stops,
It is
and it looks up at you and blinks, switches its tail.
I'll go, psst, 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 here, kitty. Psst. I'm just gonna call it.
It comes back over, it nuzzles your hand, and you just feel the chill on your fingers. And then it turns, swishes its tail, and walks right back out through the door that you came through.
Should
We
we?
follow the kitty?
Yes.
Yes.
Maybe it's a guide.
Because the mom walked out the same door. right,
Does,
with
does
the,
this cat look anything like the cat on my flute?
Interesting that you would ask.
Right? Because I have a cat on my flute.
So as you look at it, no, it doesn't particularly look like the cat on your flute, but definitely,
I feel like,
yeah, there's something interesting about it.
okay, so let's follow the cat.
I agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get me away from that doll.
The cat pads silently down the hallway past the open doors that you've left behind. It walks past the fireplace, kind of casts a glance toward it, and it heads further down the hallway. You see there it walks past a stairwell. So you have the twin stairwells, which are the main,
Right.
and then a fireplace. Then down the left hall, another flight of stairs heads up to the second floor. It walks past those.
Third floor?
Third floor?
No, still on the second floor. It's going down
No,
the left.
that
left,
staircase.
Yeah, walked past the stair. Oh, yeah, it leads. The staircase leads to the third floor.
Third floor, okay.
It walks past that third floor staircase, and it walks toward. You see, only in this hall, 2 doors, spaced out by quite a distance, and the sound of the children's voices grows louder. The cat stops in front of the first door and just sits on its haunches and looks up at the handle.
Let's say I opened the first door that we went by.
No, this is the other hall.
Or down the left side
On
of the
the
hall.
other side of the
My brain
stairs.
just like. Okay, the other side.
Open it.
So we have 2 doors down this hall and the staircase.
I'll just good kitty.
Good
and
kitty.
even
There
though
you
I
go.
know it's
Yeah.
gonna be cold, scratch it on its head.
You scratch on its head, and it seems to be responding to you. It definitely sees you, and it's reacting. You feel the chill on your fingertips as Thimble opens the door. It's a heavy oak door, and it reveals a scene. It is a grotesque juxtaposition between innocence and terror behind this door. There is the smell of neglect, the lingering scent of old wood and fabric blends with the chilling metallic ting that raises goosebumps on your skin. You can hear the distant tinkling of children's laughter in your ears. And you see a little girl's bed that lies against one wall. Faded wallpaper adorned with cheerful patterns of birds and flowers, now faded with time and age and smeared with a dark stain. It looks like a hand print of blood scraping down one wall away from the bed. You see once cherished toys scattered about the room, vibrant colors leached away by time and the merciless tide of age. There's a stuffed bear that lays on the edge of the bed, one button eye hanging by a thread, gazing at you from the wooden bed, a silent witness to the horrors of the past.
I'm gonna get the bear.
You see Amelia walks in the room. She walks over toward the bear. What are the rest of you doing?
I might have missed it. Did you say there was a body anywhere or just the blood?
Just a
Just the
bloody
blood,
hand.
yeah.
And no
Or-
bones on the bed.
No bones
Nope.
or clothes or
any-
anything.
Nope.
Sign of a
Doors
struggle?
for any other doors in the room? Like a closet door or anything like that?
Yeah, closet. There's a closet. There's a bed. There's a dresser. It's a good-sized room. This was obviously a child's room, but a well-regarded
Closet.
child. One child would have been in this room.
The size of the hand. Is it adult, child?
What child? Like,
Yeah, as you look at it now, this is definitely the size of a little girl's hand.
You go to the
Yeah,
closet.
open it.
Go to the closet, yeah.
Did the cat follow us in the room?
That's a good
You
question.
look back, there is no sign of the cat.
Oh.
The
So
cat has
just let
vanished.
us right here.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Whiskers.
All right.
Yeah, I just feel
You're
like
going
I
to
wanna
the
get
bear,
that-
you said?
Yeah, I want to get the bear. I want to bring it with just in case we find
Is
the kids.
Bear's on the bed or just on the floor somewhere?
It's on the
Was-
bed.
On the bed, okay,
yeah,
thanks.
head dangling
missed
off
that
with a
description.
button eye,
Okay.
yeah. So you walk over. As you pick up the bear, you notice there's a crumpled piece of paper that sits by the pillow.
And it
When you
says,
move the bear, it's right there.
Okay. And it says,
So you all see Malia find something on the bed. She begins to uncrumple the paper. Anyone else doing anything as she's doing this?
Walking to the closet
Yeah,
door.
I'll go with him to the
Okay,
closet.
you walk over to the closet, and as you pull open the doors of the closet, you see little girls' clothes, dresses, and bonnets, little scarves. You do note, as you're looking, it seems like clothes were piled up, also on the floor in one corner, and then there's like a hollow behind them, like a place someone might hide when they were scared. You uncrumple the note, and it's scrawled in a child's hand. It just says, "Papa's scary friend.
"Ooh,
Mama's crying nights."
Papa's scary friend, Mama's crying nights." I'll let everybody know what I found on the note.
I suspected that mistress from the get-go.
Right? We should have checked the other bedroom.
I know. It could be upstairs.
We'll go check it still.
Yeah.
We just want to use that
Yeah.
10 minutes of your...
So,
Is there anything in that seeing that like hideout place?
Uh-huh.
Can we check in there? Is there anything in there
explore,
like hidden?
inspect it?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Who's looking in there?
I'll look.
Yeah, or- yeah,
both look
whatever,
in.
yeah.
How wide? Yeah.
Okay.
What's your perception? I guess, but you can look.
I'm very wise, not as intelligent.
My perception is 0. Oh wait, +3.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it's a perception check, I don't know if it is or not. But I'll look around.
So, as you look around, you see there actually is crumpled up another piece of paper hiding beneath clothes.
it's a little note taker.
As you open this paper up, you look at it, it's not the same hand. Much more scribbly. much more childish even than the first note, and it just says, hide.
One word.
One
just
word,
says hide.
hide, scrawled in a very small hand.
Why would these kids write these notes? Why would they write a note to hide?
To each other, maybe?
Do you sense any magic in these notes?
You do not. I mean, even if you still had it active, you don't know. You don't detect evil, nor do you detect magic in these notes.
There was a dresser still too, right?
Yeah. You want to check that?
Yeah, check the dresser.
Go ahead.
Okay, we'll go and walk over to the dresser and open the different drawers and take a look and see if there's anything else that we can find in there.
You pull open the drawer and you go through. You find all the normal accoutrement of a girl of perhaps 8 winters. And again, you seeing the note, these are clearly 2 different hands that wrote them. You see nothing else unusual in this room.
I'm looking under the bed.
Oh.
As the gnome, I'm going to look under the bed.
You look under the bed, and as you peer underneath, very similarly to what you saw in the closet, you see there are clothes that are kind of piled up like a barrier with a little gap, like someone might have crawled behind underneath the bed and stacked up clothes.
We can move the bed instead of crawling under it if you want.
I'm crawling under the bed.
Okay.
Where's he going?
I'll be right back. I can get under here faster than you can.
What do you see?
There's a little... Looks like someone made a little room under the bed.
Little fort.
You hold your feet just in case something grabs you. You have to pull you out.
Sure. Freak him out.
I'm gonna
He's gonna
cast
scream
Mage
again.
Hand and tap him on the shoulder.
It'll be fine. Go ahead.
Wish me luck. Don't let me die.
All right. I got you.
As you crawl underneath the bed,
Where's the bones?
oh, okay.
Don't say oh. Don't say oh.
It wasn't. Oh, it was. Oh.
Oh. It was.
I don't like that either.
As you crawl underneath the bed, you get underneath there, and there's nothing else unusual beyond the fact that clearly children felt the need to hide being unusual in and of itself.
Yeah.
But as you're
Right.
underneath there, you feel something across the back of your neck, like a gentle caress, with the tenderness of a mother's touch. And then you hear a voice in your ears with an urgency. No, he can't be. He wouldn't. No, he can't be. No, he wouldn't. No, he can't be. He wouldn't. He wouldn't. No!
I scurry out as fast as I can.
Do we hear this? Or
And that's
is
where
this-
we'll go to break. We're going to
Oh
take
my
our one and
God.
only break.
Oh, my
And
Lanta.
we'll let everybody use the restroom, get some water, Coke, and Blue Box will be right back in just 3 minutes. Stay with us. Yeah, we leave the mics hot during the break.
We
yeah.
leave the mics hot. Okay.
Because like whenever I try to be connected to things,
He throws the
Even though
poor.
my cell
Okay, can
shows
someone give me a
it's
hand just with one side of this? Or unless there's a scissors down here. There's a little latch thing.
yes, a buckle.
Yes, I need the string off of the latch buckle.
You need the. Oh, it's a string.
Yes.
Oh, it's tied.
No, it's not. It shouldn't be tied. It should be latched through.
Thank you, Dr. Freud. Thank you, everybody, for watching.
No,
Sorry,
it's
I'm not
tied.
super engaged with the chat. Obviously, we are really striving to
It's crushed.
maintain the immersion in the
Find it.
story.
Let's see if I can do this.
We appreciate everybody watching tonight.
It looked like it was tied
Support
to it.
not just the bits, but the chat and the watching. We really appreciate it. Thanks, everyone.
Pee-pee run time.
John,
Yes.
is there any way you could turn the TV on for Memento or tell me, like, password?
Yeah. Oh, yes. I'm sorry. No, I meant to do that right now. Yeah, sorry. I meant to do that earlier. We got sidetracked.
Okay.
Don't change that dial.
Don't change the dial.
You know, usually your streamers like stay in here and talk through the whole game.
No,
and
but
don't
yeah, but
run
we've had a
away.
busy day for sure.
Oh my gosh. But it's been grand.
Hey, Alexander.
It's fun.
It's been real fun.
Back to the secret room.
It's so hot.
I know. I was just gonna.
I remember there being a window in here, right?
I don't know. I've actually never been in this house before.
Oh,
But-
it's open.
It's open.
But maybe by opening the little shade, it'll
Maybe.
be more open.
Who knows? Talk about being a little open-minded. I'm sorry. That was. Me mage handing you and you getting me back. I mean, that was funny. That was good humor. I don't care who you are. Hey, prop that door open.
I was trying to get some air in here.
I just opened the window.
See, the wind between my ears wasn't enough.
How's chat doing?
No.
How's the mid theaters?
Okay. Oops.
The wind
Sir?
between your ears. I don't remember you saying that.
No, I meant the wind coming in from the window.
It feels good.
Oh, it feels fantastic. I really wish I
I
could.
didn't want to take my new shiny hoodie off.
Oh, I don't blame it. It's
Look
like
at it.
I didn't want to take my pauldrons off, but I was just getting hot enough where I had to hear that.
I
or
know
at least
that
take it off.
accent. Whose accent? Oh yeah, sure, you betcha. I know.
Don't
that.
you know?
I know that accent. Oh yeah.
Are you making fun of me because I'm from Minnesota?
Hey, dude, I'm like from Chicago and Wisconsin.
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 They're in them Packers, don't you know?
No, I don't like them Packers.
Yasser, you betcha.
No, not the Packers. The Bears. All the time.
No.
All the time, baby.
Well, it's like so someone from Minnesota and someone from Sweden.
Minnesota.
Gets,
right.
Or someone from Sweden and someone from the Middle East gets married and have a bouncing baby boy. Do they name it Yasser, you betcha?
Yes, they do. That's right.
No, duh.
Oh, born and raised.
Are you Swedish too?
I am Irish, Scottish, Norwegian, part Swedish, and a little bit German. I'm the perfect Scandinavian mutt.
That's right. I'm Swedish, German, English, Hungarian.
I need more paper. Like, I've got my notes.
The Bears.
You want a piece? You want a paper?
The good old days of Walter Payton and the fridge.
You know what the difference is between
Jimmy McMahon.
So you know what the difference is between the Chicago Bears and Back to the Future? Back to the Future eventually stops going back to 1985.
Yeah. I will not. They like to say that, it's a rebuilding year, but like with the Bears, it's more like
a rebuilding century.
Decades, 30 years. Yeah, I know.
See, so I love watching the Minnesota Vikings just as much as I love making fun of them.
You love the Bears too, so that's two Tracys that are Bear fans.
I'm sorry. I'll pray for your forgiveness.
Yes, I shall rise.
I enjoy, I genuinely enjoy watching the Vikings. It's one of my all-time favorite teams. But one thing I've learned, you know why the Viking team color is purple? If you've been choking for more than 50 years, you'd be purple too.
Oh. See, that's why I never liked the Cubs growing up, because they choked. They never got beat. They quit. And I was like, they made me not even like baseball. Baseball. And... And then, when they won, people are like, "Oh, well, are you a Cubs fan now?" I'm like, "No, that would be
a
worse."
fair weather fan.
I would. Thank you, sir.
It's like my all-time favorite joke is, you know what you call this? A Viking Super Bowl ring.
Nice.
Oh man.
Nice.
I should behave. Probably not today, but Did I scare away our last person? With the porcelain doll throwing?
You might have, yes.
The line for the bathroom.
Hello, everyone, and thanks for hanging out with us tonight on a Saturday night. If you're new here, we don't normally stream on Saturday nights. This is Blue Box Con. We have an annual convention here. We call it a convention. Erica has said it's more like a get-together. We have 40, 50 people that come in from all over the country and even sometimes Canada. We hang out for 3 days. We play a lot of games together, take a lot of pictures, eat a lot of food. And it's a good time. Thank you for everyone that's come out and enjoyed the time with us. We have one more day tomorrow. We'll be doing some streaming tomorrow as well. And we appreciate you guys being with us tonight. So we're just waiting for our last player to come back.
I mean, while they're doing this, should we do the plug?
Oh, well, you know what? We haven't done it yet. Why don't you do it, Tom?
Yeah. Okay. I'd say for people that don't know, this is what I love doing this on Fall of Red Dawn. I'm the only person that does like doing it, so I'm gonna do it. So for those of you that are watching, you haven't followed, give a follow. It gives you notifications when we're going live, so you can see great content like this. If you're following and you haven't subscribed, hit that little subscribe button. Especially if you have Amazon Prime, you get it for free. You get a free sub to Twitch on Amazon Prime. If you're subscribed and your subscription has lapsed, why? Again, it's Amazon Prime. You get it for free. Finally, if you've done all three of those and you're not on a Discord server, there's definitely something wrong. So we have one question to ask of you. What are you doing?
Come on, give us a follow, give us a sub, and thank you again for all the support. You guys are awesome. All right.
Amazing.
So, party, we are...
By the way,
yes.
This is like a Mad Chatter dream come true.
Oh, absolutely.
Being here right now.
Oh, I'm glad you're enjoying it. It's my dream to have as many. That's why I wanted people who have never played at my table or online in one of my games. Admittedly, we're all tired. You're not necessarily getting the best experience tonight, but I hope you're having a good time.
This is great.
Up on caffeine, man.
I got a nap.
I'm a real life bard. I'm so energized right now. I thrive off of good energy, and there's been so much this weekend. I may not sleep for a week.
Good deal.
For anyone that knows my wife, pray for her blessings as she deals with me the next week.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to move you forward just a little bit for sake of time. So you finish exploring this room. You've recovered the notes. And, you know, if I have not clearly, it's pretty obvious to your question. These were notes written back and forth between two children, you know, a sister and a brother. The younger, the brother, obviously the one who's looking for his sister. You hear his voice calling Lori, Lori. You already know his name was Thomas. You learn these names. The second room at the end of that was Thomas's room. You go in there, you see a very similar scene. No handprint, but signs of someone being wrested from the bed, covers that laid on the ground and were left there. Scenes of a child's innocence being taken from them.
Any special toys?
You saw in this room there was a small, it looks like a horse carved of wood that laid underneath the bed. And
I'll snag that too.
okay, you pick up the small wooden horse, all right?
Yeah, I got one. Each of them little kids' toys.
You are a very creepy bard.
Who says bards gotta be happy all the time?
Nobody.
You're an anti-bard. Okay.
No, but you need bards. Yeah, that is one thing. Like I will quick time out here. 5e. I don't blame the edition. It's something about the way the culture has come up. It has really like pigeonholed bards into these either jolly or highly sexualized. That is not all that a bard can be. Now, there's nothing wrong with that kind of bard, certainly, that you can play them that way. But your bards can be your poets. They can be your mournful storytellers. They can be your artists of all types. And you don't want to. I digress.
Don't pigeonhole me.
I just said it was very eerie because usually they're like charismatic in nature, like you said, the poem.
Yes, that's exactly right. This is a one shot. You then, as you come back out of the second child's room, you hear sounds of laughter and footsteps running. You don't see anything, but you just hear the sounds of footsteps running, like children chasing one another. Running up the stairs and then stopping. Then you hear snippets of like casual conversations that are taking place between a husband and wife. You hear a deep baritone voice talking about the state of the grounds and that Garrett has been becoming lazy in his duties. And they just kind of walk past. You hear the voices disembodied and then go again, like these echoes of memories in the home. The only other way is to go back down to the first floor, or you see the stairs that lead up to the third floor. The cat reappears.
Oh, good. I was going to
Comes walking out of the wall, walks back over to you, Amelia, swishes its tail, and starts padding quietly up the stairs.
Does the cat, like, just seem to respond to me, or does it respond to any of the
It
other?
has responded to others, but it does seem to be, it seems to be following you.
Okay. Groovy.
It's that cat flute you played
that's
as
what
soon
I'm
as we
thinking,
walked
too.
onto the grounds.
There was a reason. No. Okay, so the cat walked.
Yeah, pads up the stairs.
The
the
third
stairs.
Floor.
Do we want to check that other bedroom before? Should we follow the cat straight away, or should we check? I feel like the mistress, would she have had a room in this house?
Done a quick explore.
Because
yeah,
you
check through
know,
those if you want,
Papa's
rifle through
scary
them.
friend.
I know.
Yeah, let's do a quick search
Let's
through the other.
let's
the other.
just quick run into that room.
Okay.
Check that dresser.
Okay, the child.
The guest
the other. Oh, the
room.
dresser. That room.
The first
okay.
room. The first room on the left.
Yeah. Okay. So you walk back over there.
No, the first room on the
right.
was
On the
pantry.
right,
On the
yeah.
right.
First room on the
So
right.
on the right. Yes, going back as you came up on the right. First room on the right. You walk in. You open up the dresser, and you see that it has just a handful of folded clothes. You actually see what looks like a set of men's clothing and a set of women's clothing on either side of the dresser drawers.
It was probably just extras for guests that stayed.
Maybe.
If it
Were
was
they
a
fancy clothes?
No, they look like.
if it was a mistress, it wouldn't be
Yeah,
both.
they look like
Yeah, right.
standard,
Just right over the
trousers, a fairly
I also
common
feel like
dress.
her room would be near his,
Okay.
not next to the
Nothing
children.
extraordinary.
Nothing.
It wouldn't be on the floor
extraordinary.
with the kids.
Okay.
You're right.
Yeah.
Maybe like an extra. I don't know. I feel like there might be like an extra exit for her.
Right. Yeah.
I've heard about that in other
Right.
castles.
And also, yeah, I just think she'd be easy access to his room,
Yeah, and-
not on a different floor.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go upstairs.
Okay.
Follow the cat.
Follow the cat.
Follow
Cat's
that
leading us.
cat.
All right.
Nothing bad ever comes from following a spectral cat.
Never. Never.
It is adorable.
So you
Cemetery here. Here we go.
you head upstairs. As you reach the top set of stairs, this opens up into a broad landing, and you can see here it looks like the decor is finer, tapestries, richer colors. There is actually marble in the tile of this floor. Obviously, the more expensive areas of the house reserved for the owners of the home. You see this opens up, and there are 4 doors on this open landing, each of them large mahogany affairs with gilded, what would have been one time gilded brass, now colored and greened with age. As you step onto this floor, that there's a feeling of oppression that deepens, and you can feel that sense that you've had here the entire time. There's a rhythm to the home itself that just seems to beat, and your air, your breath again frosts in the air. The cat swishes and just walks through a wall to your left.
You said there's 4 doors. It'd be like 2 on the left, 2 on the right.
2 on the left, 2 on the right, and then you see up ahead is a large open window onto a landing.
It would face the back of the van.
Like a balcony.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
And the cat walked through.
To the wall
left.
to your left.
Should we go into that room?
Did you go through one of the doors or right in the middle of the wall? You said
Middle of the
Just through the wall.
the
Right
cat.
through the wall.
Okay.
Oh, we go through.
Which room did you say to check out?
The one the cat went into.
Yeah. Trying to figure out which one it is.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know which room because you went to
Yeah.
the wall, not to the
Yeah.
doors. So we're
True.
like, which door do you want to check?
The first one,
First
I
one.
guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
To see if the cat's in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
You walk over. You open the door. The door still moves pretty easily on the hinges. And this opens up into what looks like a library. You see books on shelves everywhere, on all sides of the room. There's a large mahogany desk that sits up against one wall with a scattering of books and papers. Time-worn carpet. As you open the door, a little plume of dust comes up off the carpet. You see the shelves have begun to sag a bit from age and time just being left here. The unmistakable scent of aging
Musty
paper
paper.
and must in the room. And you see no sign of the cat.
How large is the room?
This is a good 30 feet wide and about 25 feet as you walk in.
Okay.
Does it look like there is an area that was maybe more well used or worn?
You see there, it does look like there's some chaos around the desk. You see papers and books that are kind of stacked on the desk.
I'll check that out, see if there's anything of note.
Okay, so Taria walks over there. What are you doing?
We'll kind of walk around the edges of the walls, and you think of library, I think of traditional, some secret door somewhere.
yeah,
So
for
I'm looking
sure.
for scratches on the ground. I'm looking for
Okay.
anything that just seems like a false door, false wall.
Okay,
I'm not a rogue, so I'm not the best at finding those things, but
okay. All right,
I feel like it's
you
getting louder.
you begin looking, and you're searching along. What are you doing?
I was kind of thinking the same thing. Like, he had secrets. Seems like he, maybe try to help you find whatever he hid away. I don't know. I just feel the same way. I feel like he would hide something in here. This was his
Okay.
room where he spent his time.
Okay, all right. What about you, Thimble?
I look at the desk. You said there's paper strewn throughout it, and as a gnome, knowledge is, especially as a wizard, knowledge is all power. It doesn't matter whether it's just magic based or this. So I want to look through the papers, just seeing if there's any signs of notes to his mistress or any reason that could have led on to the mistress or his wife.
And this is on the desk you're searching?
Yes.
Okay, so the same place that she went.
Yeah.
All right, and then what about you?
So I see them checking that and them checking the bookshelves in front of the desk.
Right.
What's behind the desk?
Behind the desk is a wall, and you see there's a large portrait on the wall of a man. He's got a surcoat on of a deep blue, very distinguished looking, equine nose, sharp jawline, hair swept back in ebony. Handsome, but with an air of arrogance. He seems to stare out over the room.
I can't read my writing. What's their last name?
Marthane.
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 Hello, Mr. Marthane. I'm gonna check for something behind the picture. Sure.
Okay. All right.
check.
All right. So you're checking behind. All right. So let's resolve these. We're going to start with the two that are looking at the desk. As you walk over to the desk, you see there are several parchments and texts laying on the desk. All of them encrusted with dust. As you look more closely, one catches your eye. You note it seems to be pertaining to occult lore. Something specifically of demonology. Perhaps an echo of Lord Alstar Marthane's dark past. Among the items on the desk, you find several discarded, scattered items. You see a pen. You see what looks like the bow from a little girl's hair. See anything else?
Pen and
Is there anything that demonology that like I recognize? Is it related to any particular deity that seems familiar?
So, well, you're just looking at the cover, so it seems, just looking at it, it seems to be maybe a survey of. So
Like
if
a
you want
broad
to, so, yes,
bunch of
yes,
different types.
Yes.
Okay.
Are you going to open it and
Yeah.
look? It's all right.
Yeah.
So you crack open the tome and you begin to look at it. You dread, as you are searching around. You can see several books have been pulled from the shelves. They're missing in certain places. You start pulling, but your keen dwarven sense of the architecture of things, typically stone, but you've seen all types of work. You note there's something odd about the seam between two of these bookshelves. It's got a gap larger than the rest. Doesn't look normal.
Give me a little nudge and say, "You see this seam here? This doesn't look natural to me. It doesn't look like this. This could be what we're looking for." We'll turn around and face the rest of the party. At least I'm going to turn around and face the rest of the party and wait for them to finish exploring, and then just kind of wave them on over. But not.
Okay.
What?
While we wait, can I like take note like the type of books that he was looking at, reading, enjoying? Is there a theme to them?
No. So overall, the library looks like it's a generally, broad study, well written. But there, the tome that she found is not alone. There are some things that deal with commerce, things that deal with political strife in the free cities. But definitely, there is also some religious texts and some texts dealing with the occult. As you look more closely at this, you can see there is on the side next to where that broad seam is, there is what looks like a slot, a rectangular slot in the wall of the bookshelf. As you crack open the book, you're paging through it, and what catches your eye is there's a page that has a corner turned, like being marked. As you open it up, the scrape of the paper, you see there is a sentence that is underlined. It seems to be a text about the summoning of a certain kind of creature. It refers to the fulfiller of passions. And the line that is underlined says, the tithe of 1,000 souls must be paid.
The tithe of
The tithe of 1,000 souls. And then the text goes on dealing with erotic descriptions of engagements. And at the bottom, again, you see that line repeated, or the tithe of 1,000 souls must be repaid, lasting longer and only to be outlasted by the relinquishing of a mother's love. It seems to be some sort of ceremonial prescription. As you look more closely, many of the lines seem vague and almost intentionally obscure, but these lines were marked, inscribed.
I'm going to take the book.
Okay, you take the book. All right. You're looking on the back of the picture. Go ahead and roll d20.
Sure, you betcha. 11.
11. Okay.
That's a picture.
It's a picture.
Did you guys find anything in the bookshelf?
What we found appears to be a false wall.
Did you move any of the books?
No, but it looks like we might need a mechanism to open it.
Oh.
Yeah, we can have the party come on over and we can take a look at where the seam is and then where the slot is. And we're not. There's nothing. Is it open? I mean, it's just an empty slot, right?
Yeah, it's just like a rectangular gap. It looks like something is intended to be inserted
Pushed
inside.
into it, and it's
Anything
it's
on
smaller
that?
than like a book. It's a
Yeah,
smaller,
slender. It's
very-
probably an inch tall and half an inch wide.
Like a key.
Yeah, it's just like a straight rectangular, but I
Yeah.
mean something the size.
Was the desk? Did it have drawers in the desk?
Uh-huh.
Did you when? I don't know if you explored. Did you look on just on top? Or did you say the drawers too? I don't know if you guys.
I didn't open the drawers, but I say I'm assuming he points out the spot.
Right.
I'm like, let me go back to the desk, and I go back to the desk, and I want to open the drawers one at a time, looking for that
Something that
inch by
shape.
inch and a half, just something that looks like it's way out of place for a desk, like obscurely out of place.
You did it now.
That sound.
You pull out the desk, the drawer from the desk. Roll d20, please.
Yeah.
You see there is a sheaf of papers there. Look like
16.
accounting notes.
Nice.
16.
Yeah.
You note there's a lump underneath the accounting notes, and you see what looks like a slender metallic rod of metal, about 4 inches long.
Be a summoning circle and their dead bodies over there.
But I grab it. I'm picking it up, and I'm gonna bring it over to that opening to see if it matches up the size.
So you see him walking over. Anyone else doing anything else as he's doing this?
I was gonna keep searching the room, seeing if maybe there was something I could find as well.
Okay.
Just because you never know.
All right. So
I think
Louise continues to search the room.
I'm just going to keep actually reading that book and
Okay.
trying to understand like what they were trying to summon, or if I recognize
So-
the specific demon.
As you're looking over it, you can occasionally see there again. There are points where there are other little markings. Roll d20 and add your intelligence bonus, please. You were saying something?
I was going to say, I see her reading the book.
Yes.
And so I'm going to be curious about that book and look at it with her.
It's a 7.
Okay. All right. It does line up. As you look at it with her, you don't get the sense that there was an effort to summon. The pages that are noted, the way you're not sure what there was research. It almost seems more like research. The way it's notated, the way it's underlined. There is no effort at a ritual that you can see here. But you do see there are some of the pages that describe the acts of eroticism look worn and quite often red.
Do I see anything that is familiar to my training? My time with Alara?
Let me see here.
Did... Oh, I don't know if that metal thing slid in.
Yeah. Just want to see if it's the right shape at least before you slam it in there.
There is something that tickles at the back of your memory. A particular type of demon referred to as a revenant.
Yeah, there's the word I was looking for.
Something akin to a siren, but coming from the darker places of the abyss, preying on typically men of vulnerable morality. Do you slide the rectangular
That's
piece in
me.
there? You have okay. Huh?
Yeah, does it fit?
You slide it in.
Yeah,
I mean, it looked like it'll fit.
I slide it in.
Oh boy.
As you push the slot in, you see the bookcase slide to the side with a grinding sound, and it reveals a bedroom. You see.
That's not creepy.
You see. You see a large bed with big pillows and what looks like what would have once been a luxurious comforter. You see also cuffs and chains at the four corners of the bed. You see what looks like a mask laying on the floor, a riding crop laying on the floor on the other side, and
Kinky people.
torches which would have once burned in this room but have now long been out. You see on the opposite wall what looks like a low shelf with bottles of what look like tinctures or oils, perhaps incenses.
And no other doors on the
Not that
room
you see.
we see.
Secret sex room.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
No, it doesn't look like this has been disturbed the way that the other bedrooms were.
No. But as you stand here, you feel another one of those echoes. This time the man's voice again. You see everything gets cold and there's an apparition. That man that you saw in the portrait, he sits on the edge of the bed, pensively looking at the floor, shaking his head, his fists clenched. That can't be right. No, not that way. I couldn't. Why would she ask that? I can't. To them in that way, how could I? Oh, God, what have I done?
Does
Vanishes.
I was gonna say, does the man notice that we're there?
No, it's you.
It's a memory.
You've
Yeah.
seen some of these
It's like a
things which
scene.
appear like to be, and others just seem to be echoes of things that happened in the past.
And
You can
that's what I
feel
was
the
checking
difference.
for if it was an echo or not.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at the tinctures, the bottles.
Okay.
Are any of them labeled?
No, you walk over. None of them are labeled, but you do see that there are some. As you pop them open, they're oils. They've gone rancid with age. Others are perfumes, powders. Not difficult to tell what these might have been used for.
So, mistress. I'm gonna share with everyone what I recognized in the book about the Revenant and preying on the men of vulnerable morality. Clearly, this is showing us some vulnerable morality. He struggled.
If I must, I must then. You see the apparition reappears. As it stands up, he looks down at his hands, and he has a large carving knife in his left hand
No.
and a huge fork in his right hand. And he drops his head and walks out, vanishing out of the room.
Vanishing. Oh, we can't follow him.
Well, your findings, Amalia, are helpful. Now we have maybe some idea of what we might encounter if we come across Lord Alistair.
Did you know anything more about the lore of what a Revenant, how to fight it, how to defend against it?
Do I know how to fight a Revenant?
Was there
Everything you read,
weaknesses?
best not to.
And her weaknesses?
Fearsome denizens of the abyss, these.
Is there, in my search for trying to figure out how to release souls who are still trapped here, is there a way to do that with souls who purposely bind themselves here, or is that just something?
Roll d20. Tell me what your result is, and then I want you to mark that question no matter what the result is.
9.
A 9 on the die. Okay. You recall from your reading, sometimes there are bargains, there are methods of satisfying certain requirements that tickle at the back of your mind, but it doesn't quite come to the fore.
Carving knife.
And a fork?
I know.
Like
I know.
turkey dinner?
I know. That's.
Part of me saying, let's go find the kitchen and see if there's anything there. But part of me saying, don't go to the kitchen.
You hear the scream again peel out. What are you doing? No! And it trails off.
Oh God.
Do we hear which direction that came from? Can we tell which, any certain door, or is it?
Yes, it sounds as though it came through the wall in the room adjacent.
Sounds like we should look next door.
Maybe that's where the cat went.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
Any
gonna
other
walk around the
objects?
room looking for if there's any grooves, or if this room's completely sealed, other than the hidden door that we came in
Sex
through.
room.
Okay. All right. So you search. Oops. No, you don't find anything else of note. It looks like you found most of the things which were not easily apparent inside the room.
Okay.
As you step back out of the room, you do in fact see the cat stands in front of a doorway. No more switching of the tail. It stands in front of a door immediately adjacent to the room that you were just in. Mm-hmm. And as it looks up, you see this forlorn look, and it pulls its gaze down and looks at all of you and looks back up at the door.
All right.
Well,
Mage hand
I'll
that
walk
thing.
up and pet the kitty again.
I'm gonna look at Thimble. Just steel yourself, because you've been known to sometimes be spooked easily, and I feel like behind this door there might be some of that.
and I'm just looking
I'm
at
just
both
prepping
of
you.
So do you want me to open the door? You can open the door.
No, you can open it, but I just be mentally prepared.
I'd step back like 10 feet from the door.
I'll be
just
standing
because I'm like
there
Yeah.
in front of the door, tanking out.
Before you open it, I just look at you and say, he's watching.
Don't tell me that.
No, what I'm saying is like, channel your inner dread. You have it within you. Channel his courage and his confidence.
Dread's watching.
He's watching you.
I start talking myself up. Okay,
Impressive.
let's do this.
All right.
Roar! Cast Mage Hand right at the door to open it, like with all the mighty gnome that I am.
As you reach out, two things happen simultaneously. One, the hand, the door solidly locked. Two, the cat. Three, you see another apparition, a man. He walks, and in his left hand he holds a pair of utensils. In his right hand, he holds what looks like an 8-year-old girl's hand and a small boy trailing behind. The little girl looks up at him. Daddy, where are we going? And they walk to the door.
They walk where?
Through the door. The one that his mage hand just tried to open.
Oh, God. I can give it the old boot unless you have a different, I don't know how many spells or pick locks or anything. I don't think anybody has that kind of skill here, but.
I don't have any lockpicks.
Well, y'all are figuring out the door. I'm just trying to reassure the kitty. Good kitty.
Did she say that? No.
We're gonna go in. We're
Yeah.
getting there. We'll see what you want to show us.
Are you ready to go?
Okay.
Everybody want to prepare anything before I try to give a kick on this door?
Are we worried? Roll for
Well,
initiative.
just out of just the Tinker's Toolkit. Does it have something in there to pick a lock?
I mean, there are utensils in there you could try to pick a lock with, yes.
I'm gonna try to pick the lock with the Tinker's Toolkit,
Okay.
and I.
Go ahead and roll a d20, please.
Okay.
Add your dex bonus to that.
14.
14. Your locks snap off.
Dang it! I tried, guys. I tried.
I could do it.
What's that?
I have guidance. I can try and
No,
help.
that's a cantrip, right? Yeah.
Are you gonna try and just push it
I'm
open?
just going to give,
All right.
the old big old boot
Good luck.
with her guidance.
And I'm gonna cast guidance on him. So it's a D4.
Okay,
No,
and
I'm
so
gonna-
and you're gonna do what?
I'm going to kick the door open and take in 2 steps. Maybe more of what I see.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, roll d20, please. Add your strength. You hear Dread's
And +3.
boot slam
Plus
into
3?
the door.
+3.
So total of
Well, 8 and plus 4 is 12, and she got a plus 3 as a guidance, or 15.
okay. As you slam your foot into the door, you feel a shock go up your leg. Not an electric shock, but just the solidity of this door jolting the joints. And you stagger back. This door did not budge. You see the cat. It walks over, it stands in front of the door, and then goes up on its hind legs and holds up its paws. And it starts to dance. In a very strange fashion, it moves, dancing in front of the door, rocking back and forth on its legs, looking at you, its paws motioning in
I'm
strange.
gonna do the mimic it.
No, I'm gonna pull out my flute with the cat on it and play that song that I played on the piano.
Okay, so you start playing the flute.
Yeah, I'm gonna
creepy
try and
song.
like mimic.
No.
It's dancing.
No.
Dun, 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 dun. You're playing the flute,
Yeah.
all right? You're mimicking it.
Yeah.
What is everyone else doing?
Wait a second. It's
Try to
locked.
match the tune, the song.
Okay, all right. And the two of you?
When I was looking through the desk earlier, did I happen to see a key?
Nope.
But I only opened one drawer. How many drawers are in the desk? Do I remember?
You opened all the drawers. I mean, I would assume you did that. There were 4 drawers. Most of them could. The only thing of note was that rectangular.
Thriller dance.
I know.
Is there?
Yeah.
So,
Here.
no, it just dances in front of the doorway as you play the tune. Dun, 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 dun.
Is it a gnome? I always said forest gnomes are the ones that have talked to small animals. Rock gnomes aren't. I was gonna say, is anyone here talk to small animals? Maybe we can ask her if she's seen a key or some weird
I
metal.
feel like she's giving us the sign.
The cat seems to be becoming more urgent in its motions.
Nothing's happening with her
She
playing.
started playing.
Maybe we have to go play the piano.
That's what I was gonna say. Should we play the piano? Yeah.
That's downstairs.
Yeah, it is. But the cat's not leading us downstairs.
The cat walks over to you, and it comes out on all fours. It nuzzles you, and then it comes back up on its hind legs, and starts moving again.
Yeah, I'm trying. So everybody dance.
I started dancing too.
Sing? Maybe we should all try dancing and singing.
Do you don't have any kind of
Thank you, Toriano.
I mean, with the animal?
no, just a spell that would have you
A dancing spell?
waving your hands around?
Oh, me specifically?
Why? Well, the cat picked you specifically.
I think because I'm doing what it's doing. Like, I think it's saying, do this.
I start dancing with the cat at this point.
Okay, we're dancing.
Guys, I just want this to stop. So I start dancing with the cat to mimic.
So, is everybody dancing?
I'm waiting first. I can see you. I'll join in last. You're
making sure.
one at a time. The cat comes up to me.
Okay, all right. So, I see all of you. All
All
of you.
right, so the camera's
All
right
right.
here.
Okay, and clip. Got it. All right.
The holdout happened.
Horrible puzzle.
As he has the worst puzzle ever. As the door slides.
All you
The
people
cat
in
is
camera
open.
land enjoyed that dance.
Door slides open.
And the door slides open,
See, who was that?
and the cat
dispel
walks
magic.
in.
It was a dance
It was a
lock.
dance lot.
You see,
Never heard of one before. But
well, you're actually reminded of something as this happens. You're reminded of something that Garrett set out in the courtyard. He reminded you that mirth was the key. And so, as the cat vanished, yep, he did.
Mirth was the key.
Mirth is a key. Mirth is a key. He said yes.
Is that the cat's name?
No,
I think the
just,
merriment of
yeah, like
dancing.
merriment dancing.
Now you guys don't know the cat's name. It's got a cool name though. So you
How smart is it? Can it spell it out for us?
This is why I have trust issues.
So you as you look inside, there is a dining room here. A large mahogany table. And
Pleasant
you
music.
see
I don't want to know.
in the dining room there are 4 skeletons. You see 2 children laying on the table, one slightly larger than the other, but clearly not full grown. You see a man slumped over, the back of his skull shattered. You see a woman, her head cleanly severed at the vertebrae, the skull laying away, neatly snipped off a few feet over. You see a fireplace poker laying next to the dead man back on the table.
Is it obvious from the children's skeletons how they died?
You get closer to look. As you walk over, you see each of the children, they have what look like saw marks on their arms down to the bone.
What?
But you also see each of their skulls have been caved in. Oh, goody! Oh!
Is she here? We just
The
heard it.
chill, the cold. And then you hear,
Woman's voice, but not hers.
Different than the mother.
Different.
It's the mistress.
It's the mistress.
As I look around the room, do I see do I see anyone, or is it just her?
Sound.
something interesting happens as you look around the room. Suddenly, what looked like, while a gruesome, to be sure, dining room, you see the scene changes, where you see not just what is physically, you see something beyond spiritually. You see the entire dining room in bone. Ivory skulls, skulls of humans, skulls of creatures, adorning the walls, bodies, rib cages, vertebrae, scattered everywhere. The very table made of bones, the chairs made of bones, the candelabras glowing made of bones with an ethereal light. And sitting at the end of the table, you see a woman, winged and voluptuous. She sits on a stack of books, and she smiles at you. Come here, children. Let's talk, shall we?
Do I know her as a Revenant?
She is not a revenant. She looks like a demon.
You are. That is quite certainly the type of demon that you heard referred to as a Revenant.
At this point, like you look over.
I
at the
need
table and
both of you. You need to make saving throws. Add your wisdom to it. You feel well, and actually, don't let me make those assumptions. You for sure. If any of you are also inclined toward women, I need you to make a same saving throw. You feel an incredibly powerful sexual
I'm gonna say
allure
no.
coming off in waves.
Wisdom, you said?
Yes, add your wisdom bonus to it.
Oh no!
I'm the hit on them.
Thimble. Oh,
Did you nat one that,
Yeah,
Tom?
he did.
my wisdom was a 0.
No! You see Thimble, without word, sprints into the room, leaps atop the table, and runs toward her.
Thimble, no!
Now you're
Mage hand
courageous.
and grab him by the shirt.
Mage hand is only good for about 5 pounds.
10 pounds.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's 10 pounds. Yeah, no, it's
right.
you won't stop him. What was your roll?
A 13, I have no wisdom bonus.
You see Dread somewhat more stolidly begins moving as well,
Mage hand slapped me in the face.
Yeah, what about that?
Yeah, we whack him.
You can, but they are absolutely smitten. Oh my gosh. And the laughter cackles. Come here, boys. You hear another voice.
Wow.
No, not again.
Oh god.
What are the three of you doing?
Which voice do we hear?
That was the woman. That was the mother. That was
mother.
Lydia. Yes,
Not
you heard.
again.
You heard
We don't
the lady.
see any other spirits in
You
this
don't.
room, right?
I slowly start to walk forward.
Oh, sorry, I haven't been sharing all of this view with our audience. Forgive me, audience.
They haven't
Yes.
seen it.
Here is here is the room. Well, that's probably. I like it when you hear the theater of mind first before you see the visual aid. But this is the room. This is the demoness sitting upon her chair, and this is the gnome rushing headlong with all undue
See you
haste.
later, buddy.
Yeah, seriously.
I'm gonna.
Sorry, guys, I'm out.
My two female compatriots that this is indeed
This
a
is a
Revenant.
Revenant.
And
Great.
bad news.
Love that.
Yeah.
All the blue boxes victims decorate this room.
So what are the three of you doing as you see your male counterparts mesmerized?
Oh gosh.
Oh man.
I try to look like I'm interested, and I walk forward.
Okay.
Ah.
All right. So you see the paladin following suit, walking in as though held under sway, leaving Taria and Amalia.
I mean, I suppose I can't just abandon them in there, so I'll enter, but like
Okay.
very clearly keeping my distance.
Okay, Amalia?
I'm gonna pull out my trusty flute and play a song that perhaps my old teacher Alara had taught me, and to give my compatriots some bardic inspiration. I know it's a
Okay.
the secondary action.
Yeah, no, that's fine. All right, so you use bardic inspiration.
And I'll just kind of, I know that this is bad,
Uh-huh.
and this is for touching all the little touchy spots in my mind, but I will slowly enter
touchy spots.
the room.
Yeah,
Hey,
I'm not
come
sure.
on,
I'm not sure what you meant by that, but we're just going to keep moving.
Never mind.
As you move into the room, and remember, I've given you all your chance for warning signs or whatever. Like but to this point, no one has cried uncle.
Oh, this is supposed to be scary?
No, just the content could be
Yeah.
Are you
objectionable.
okay?
is
Yeah,
the
I'm
point.
Are you okay? Oh,
Okay, real life Tom is fine. The gnome is,
lost
9
his
sheets to
What's
crazy.
mind.
Isn't like what's a succubus? Isn't that like the kind of demon that like lures
Yeah.
men in? Yeah,
I'm wondering if that's what
I know.
That's what I was thinking when they first were talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
I was gonna think.
Exactly. That's
So the gnome is completely useless. It's all you guys.
I
It's
know.
all you.
as you walk in, the demoness stands up, her form statuesque. Voluptuous does not begin to describe it. It defies all sense of reality, what you see before you. As you arrive there, Thimble, she just holds out a hand for you, and you crumble into her hand, her willing thrall, and she pulls you closer to her bosom.
I'm gonna pick up a
Dread,
backbone.
you walk,
Throw it at him.
you see sweat beating on his forehead. There's some part of Dread is trying to resist, but he moves forward inexorably. As she cackles even further, though, you see the apparition you've seen before. You see Lady Marthane. She appears and she stands over the bodies of her 2 children. You now see those bones also with their ghostly forms standing next to her. Thomas and Lori stand beside Lady Marthane. You can't have them! I'll never give them to you! She screams
To who?
at the demoness.
At the demoness. Yeah.
The Revenant looks at her. I'm counting on that. I would much rather have the 999 that remain to me.
Got it.
The 900. That's
There's a tithing of 1,000 souls.
Yeah.
The husband might have been one. Because there's one down, 999 to go, right? The husband being one
well,
of
this room is probably filled with the 999.
Yeah.
them. Right.
And a
Do you
dumb
say that?
gnome.
No.
Do you say that? No. Okay. I'm just asking.
No. I'm gonna.
You asked a question a while back. You rolled an 8 on it, and I told you to make note of it.
Yeah.
You were asking, this clicks. You have sufficient reading. There is a terrible and overwhelming recognition that comes upon you. 3 things hit you all at once. The first, This creature is powerful beyond any hope of reckoning in combat. It would be folly. Second, this creature will only accept a tithe of 1,000 souls, and it is said 999 remain, yet there are 4 bodies in this room. Something happened here. There's a nuance perhaps you're missing. Third, you look and you tie what she said when the Lady Marthane said, I will never surrender them, and she said, I'm counting on that. That tome said that the curse of the summoning would last until a mother's love was relinquished, which in most tongues would mean never. And in most ways it would mean that which is impossible. Should the lake run dry, should the sun stop burning, would a mother ever relinquish her love? No, the tithe of 1,000 souls must be paid. There are only 2 ways.
Yep.
As you are clutched in her bosom, you feel this amorous power overwhelming you. You don't just want to give your body, you want to give your soul. And those of you who still have your sight, you Eloise moving forward as though you are controlled but not, are closest to see this. There are wisps of white that are coming up from Thimble's chest, through his mouth, out of his nostrils, and feeding into the Revenant. The redolent smells, the earthiness, the life, the vitality. She leans over and she licks Thimble's face. Dread, you're now just a handful of feet away, your feet crunching on bone as you scrabble over the bodies of many. Party, what do you do?
I am gonna go up to. Did you say the 2 children? Ghosts are
they're
there as well?
there. They're staring at their mother, and they look over at the demoness, and they move behind their mother.
Mommy, don't let her have us. Please. We know you didn't mean what you did. You did it because you had to, Mommy.
I am relishing the looks on your faces right now. The utter befuddlement.
And of course, you got the gnome that can't do anything because I'm just like,
So Mom did kill them to prevent Dad from doing it. Maybe.
Being under the spell, are we allowed to
No,
participate in
you.
discussion?
The two of you. The two of you are.
I'm just gonna look at Amalia because clearly we're the only 2 that seem to be not
You're pretending?
She's pretending.
To get close to her. Just in case we want to cut and run. Always an option. I can grab the gnome.
eat the gnome.
The 1,000 gold is not seeming so good anymore.
I toss him. He gave me permission.
She.
Can I ask a clarifying
no,
question
please.
to the DM?
Yes.
Just because I'm not 100% familiar with it, what happens when I cast Animate Dead? Like, I know technically it creates an undead servant from the bones,
correct.
but does it have any recognition of the soul that originally?
No. It's just it's an animation. It's an automaton of the body when you animate.
Okay.
As she finishes caressing,
I know. I don't.
You see
Do I
Thimble.
save Thimble? What do I do?
Thimble's body begins to shake. He arches his back, and you see what look like spasms
Oh my god.
of pleasure. He moans and falls back
my
on the
God.
table, just quivering in pleasure.
All right, I'm gonna. The kids' skeletons are in here, and
Yes.
they're ghosts.
Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna go grab one of the kids and take them out of this room.
The skeletons.
Yeah,
All right, so you run up and you grab a skeleton.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I just feel like we need to get these kids out of this room. They've been in here long enough.
What about Thimble? He's just dead. We're just leaving
You
it.
run in, you grab the skeleton. As you pull the skeleton, off the table, bones clatter to the floor. The Lady Marthane just watches you with sad eyes and then looks back warily, and the Revenant simply laughs. Oh, take the cold things. Play with them if you like. They don't need them anymore.
Okay.
You just danced.
Remembering all of the actual things I can do. I am going to cast Beacon of Hope in a range that could catch all three of them
Okay.
as they're approaching her. And as I do, I'll just say, Thimble, Dread, Eloise, keep your wits about you. You know where we are and what we must do.
Make a Constitution check, please.
Let's see. That's just a 16.
So,
Okay.
So now they'll have.
You see Thimble begins thrashing on the table, moaning in a fashion I won't even attempt to recreate lest I get banned on Twitch. But it is clear what's happening to him at a level beyond human or gnomish comprehension. His entire body vibrating on the table with an exertion that is unsustainable. You see the veins in his neck bulging. You see his eyes seem ready to pop from their sockets in pleasure. His mouth open in this rictus grimace of uncontrollable pleasure. Are you okay, Erica?
It's a lot.
It's a lot. I warned you.
It's a lot for my first stream.
Welcome, right?
I would like to bless, and I'm casting it at second level, so I can bless everyone in the party.
What's that beacon
You
of hope
can't.
supposed to do?
It gives you advantage on wisdom saving throws, death saving throws, and then also
Make another saving throw,
That's
please.
what
you'll
blessed
get
us.
the highest.
Dread,
from when I
you
get
You
arrive.
get a +1.
You arrive.
Actually, no, wait, that's a D4.
You have some level
Yeah,
of
use D4 to your
cognition.
Okay,
You did
so,
not nat one your saving throw.
Right.
There's part of you that feels ineluctably drawn.
roll this,
There's
add
another part of you
wisdom,
that's screaming inside your own mind. I would like you to make another saving throw. You realize there is some part of you that knows when your flesh touches her flesh, you will be beyond hope. What was your roll?
Add a D4 to your saving throw.
Okay.
Everybody.
And you have
An
advantage.
advantage.
I rolled a 15. It was worse than before.
It was a 15 total?
Yeah. With the D4 and my wisdom and this.
Thimble.
It's gone.
Oh God.
You see his body go limp on the table.
Well, he died happy.
And we.
What a way to go out, right? I mean, if there's a way.
Nice one, Tracy. Worse.
We should not be laughing.
Broke these people.
Okay. Yeah.
Did you roll yours?
I did
You're,
not,
you're about
no.
15 feet away.
Did we notice that she started the process Once
the process.
I like,
Yeah.
Oh, he had a
with
+1.
because we could see when
No,
she
that was
got
the
so
1d4.
close to her, the light started to leave him. I guess you would say.
Yes,
In the nice way.
Yes.
Okay.
Advantage.
that's exactly
It
right.
wouldn't have fixed it because my first.
Snap out of it, Dread.
All right. So he's,
Yeah, what was your roll?
Beacon of Hope gives me advantage on it as well.
Okay, yes.
And then you said again
1d4 at a 1d4.
I did for bless. Yeah.
All right. So
Crap.
I hope I do better on the second roll.
Okay.
13 plus
Plus your 1d4.
Plus the 1d4.
plus 1d4, and you. Oh, but you had no bonus.
No
huh?
bonus.
Right.
Now for
Oh,
another
one.
one.
14.
14 again.
Dread begins to mount the table.
Oh, God.
He drops,
Oh,
it,
no,
he
no,
drops
no.
his axe to the side.
What could I roll when I put it in here?
I know, right?
Say it.
The allure is simply overwhelming.
has
You
a
have
thousand.
never desired something as much in your life.
Can
Gold pales. The glory of combat holds no sway.
We can hope it's wisdom, right?
The
Yeah.
finest ale could not turn your
Oh,
eye.
God, this is really good.
I was
Just try.
I was gonna try and command him, but now that
try.
we've buffed him, he's probably gonna save.
Can you just overpower him?
I could try. I certainly can try. I guess I will run up there and I will try and push my get in front of him and push him off the table.
Okay, so you try to step in front of.
The dwarf, yeah.
Okay. All right. So, whoops. As you you lean over, kind of across the table, you go to push him. Let's do an initiative roll on this because he is literally reaching out for her hand. You were a few feet away. I have a 3 on the die.
Who's rolling?
She is.
Eloise. No,
it's a D6.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
I
sorry.
forget
Or
you did
that one, yeah.
Roll a 6.
That's a 4.
Okay, you get there first. You push. And now I'm gonna have you do not want to be pushed. You do not want this to happen. So we're gonna do a. So I know I would do this in a CMB. So you roll D20, and you are 5th level with a strength of +4. Okay, all right. Roll D20, please, and tell me what your roll is.
That's
You consider that
cocked.
cocked?
Yeah.
You roll it again. Yeah,
Okay.
that's good.
It's an 18.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, she actually does manage to jostle you off the table. You just had to beat a. Wait, you had to beat. Wait, you're 18.
18.
That was your base roll.
That's my base.
What's your strength?
It would make it a 21.
Okay, yeah. All you had to beat was a 19. So you shove him off the table. The Revenant laughs. You delay the inevitable. Oh, you're quite beautiful. Pity you weren't actually drawn. There are one of 2 ways this ends, and we both know what's going to happen. You're all going to die here, and you will be 98, 97, 96, 95, and 94. Then I will have all the power I need, and I will leave this place, and I will get the remainder, because we know she will never forsake. She stands up, she looks down, she kicks the body of the gnome and giggles and flips it off the table.
That's horrible.
I will run in and is the mother, is Lady Elspeth?
Oh yeah, she's there. She's watching all of this aghast. She's just got her children behind her.
Lady Elspeth, I know that your love for them will continue on forever and ever, but you must let their spirits go. As you can see, the evidence is in front of you. You're no longer here. They're no longer with you.
You don't know what you ask. You don't understand.
I understand that they will be at peace. They will be at rest.
No, you don't understand. That's not how this works. They'll never be at peace. They become her thralls. She wants their souls.
I think you may have been maybe misled, but if you let them go, they will be at peace. You will be at peace. Everyone here will get to have their souls freed.
Make a diplomacy check. Roll persuasion.
That is not my strength necessarily, but
You want to use my dice? They serve you well.
Gnome is where the heart is.
persuasion. I got a 10 on the die plus 5, so 15.
15. Okay. I'm going to come back to that. I want to. So we got some comments. I want to just note. So this board, this particular scene that you're looking at here, this was created by somebody that we have in the chat right now, Demon Gund. You know him, Judge John Fuller. He's a friend of our show. He has built the entire Ravenloft, everything in Ravenloft, the city, the town, the towers, the This is just one room in his Ravenloft build. John, it is absolutely glorious. He's got a couple other folks that he works with, but yeah, it's incredible. 15. She backs up and she says, well, yeah, so it was, anyway, just put it in the chat, but yes, you did. She backs away from you, shielding her children. Dread, you see Eloise,
Is he getting up?
a thunky dwarven hand hits the top of the, sorry, I'm spitting on you guys, top of the table, and he starts pulling himself up. What are you doing?
I want to tell the mother, you're not relinquishing your love by letting your kids go.
What kind of people are you?
You're loving them into eternity.
What did you just say? Loving them into eternity? Is that how you would love your children? Love them into eternity?
Does she know she's dead?
I don't know that she does. Lady Elspeth, the evidence is here in front of you. I'm gonna cast Animate Dead on the skeleton and show her that it's not her kids anymore.
Well, remember, one of them has already been carried out.
Right,
only
okay, so
one.
the other one.
Did you take Tommen or Lori?
The boy, I guess.
The boy. You took Thomas out. All right. You cast your spell, and as you do, the bones, they knit, and in a mockery of life, they stand atop the table and move, and you feel something moving inside your own pocket.
In my pocket?
You reach in and you pull out that porcelain doll, and it is moving in the same fashion that the skeletal form atop the table is moving, and you hear the Revenant laughing uncontrollably. She makes them dance for me. You're delightful.
I am gonna hold the doll. So the doll is moving in the same way that the skeleton is? Cool. I'm gonna look at Lady Elspeth. Do you see? This is no longer your daughter, Lori. She is gone from the material world. You have to accept that fate.
Roll again, and have you make a roll as well. You were also talking to her. Please, both of you.
God.
12.
4 on the die plus 5.
Plus, what am I
So
plusing?
9.
Okay, no, just I don't. So 12, and yours was what?
A 4.
A 4.
Plus 5.
Okay. You can't mean it. You can't mean that. Eloise, she looks over at you. I felt you when you walked in. You're holy. You worship
The protector.
I felt Pelor's blessing upon you. You would know this cannot be. Right?
They tell you the truth. You have to let them go.
Dread, you're back up on the table.
And we have to keep him from dying.
And Dread is moving again.
Oh.
Paylor.
It's too high of a level.
Do you promise it?
I promise it. Unless you want him to die, you have to do it.
I
And
don't
do it.
No, she doesn't care
give
about him.
a blasted witch's teat about
I
him.
understand, but your children are gone. You can save him. You cannot save them.
You're sure she said? And the Revenant, forever, is what I said.
She's lying to you.
Roll D20.
Oh, that's better.
17.
A 17 on the die.
Your persuasion is +3.
As Dread reaches, her hand enfolds and it looks gentle, but the force is powerful. She pulls Dread next to her.
Ignore it, Dread. Come on.
As
It's not real.
He could ignore as soon as the sun would stop shining. She pulls him again, nestles his face in her bosom. Lady Marthain, you wouldn't lie to me.
I'm not lying to you.
No, Mommy. No, please. Mommy, don't. You see a tear falls down her cheek. This is a holy woman, children. She would not lie to us. If you're certain. She holds out their spectral hands towards you as you hear Dread begin moaning in deep and guttural tones.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Shit, no, you don't.
I'm glad I don't have to roleplay
It's
that.
awesome. I guess I'll. Oh, I have the kids' toys.
Yes.
Give them to the spectral.
I'm gonna give the kids their toys.
So you hand the little horse and
Teddy bear.
The teddy bear.
teddy
Yeah.
bear.
Teddy bear.
And interestingly, their hands actually can cup them. You see just a little bit of solidifying coalescence beneath each of the toys. Lori takes the teddy bear. Thomas
Goosebumps.
takes the little horse. You see the Revenant's eyes go wide, and she has a quizzical look on her face. Are you, she speaks to Lady Marthain, are you actually doing what I think you're doing? You see, Lady Marthain seems barely able to restrain herself. She looks pleadingly at you, her face back and forth between the three of you.
I'm like fed up with her. I walk over to Dread and I cast protection from evil and good. He cannot be charmed or frightened or possessed by aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead.
You walk over.
Sorry, we tried the diplomatic way.
Sorry, buddy.
You lay
Killed me.
your hands on Dread.
Yes.
As you call upon the power of Pelor. The children, they reach the Revenant, and she stands, suddenly no longer looking like the buxom form that you saw moments ago. You now see the true demonic visage clutching Dread as Eloise stands near. The two children, their hands touch the demonic form, and there's a rocking whoosh, and they vanish, and all goes silent in the room. Dread, you fall gasping, as though have been pulled from the most wonderful dream you've ever had. And the last sound you hear is the sound of two little voices. And that ends Sins of the Revenant. We hope you've enjoyed that Blue Box one-shot this evening.
Baby ghost. Killers.
Well, that was pretty
They
dark.
weren't supposed to.
Well, success.
That's one outcome.
They were already dead.
We're already dead.
There were a few different ways for that to resolve. Just that I told you combat was death doesn't necessarily mean it was. It was very interesting though. There were 3 possible mechanisms. Attacking combat was one. Allowing it to go free, would be another. But then you had the moral quandary there, right? It's the 2 souls versus the 1,000. So you piece it together. Now, in the moments, you collect the body of Thimble, and it takes several days for Dread to come back to his senses. He is addled and crazed with what has happened. But the 3 of you piece together. Lady Marthane came into the room as the ceremony was taking place. The sacrifice that was demanded was not just the slaying of his children, but the sacrificial ritual slaying of his children in the manner that obviously was spoken of. The screams of Lady Marthane, no, you couldn't, how could he? She came upon this macabre scene. She had grabbed the poker, ran into the room. It was she who slew her own children and her husband to save them from this sacrificial fate, knowing their very souls, not just their bodies, lay in jeopardy. Their bodies given to save their souls. And then she, in turn, was slain by the Revenant, the neat snick of the neck, making the first of the 1,000. The Revenant was not able to claim the other 3 because Lady Marthane had claimed them. And now, you will always wonder, you're not sure. What did the fate of those children become? Did the Revenant tell the truth? Are the children resting and safe? You do not know. All right, thank you, everybody. Thank you, all the Mad Chatters. We do appreciate you joining us tonight. We will be streaming from the game store tomorrow, and what's that? You're managed. There will be there'll be some streams from the game shop tomorrow. Thank you again to all of you that watched us. Thank you to my players. You guys did a fantastic job tonight. It was exactly.
Lady Elspeth might disagree.
Yes, Lady Elspeth is perhaps not as pleased with you. But what you want to have with obviously the role play was fantastic. The discovery, the puzzle solving was fantastic. Also, you can't. The mirth is important. Like, you have to have moments of laughter. If you have a session like this and it's all the one note, it falls deafly. But you guys did a really good job of finding those moments of humanity, of levity, tying into things. It was absolutely a fantastic job.
Turn the
bravo
dog
to the
inside
players.
out.
Yeah.
What turned the dog inside? So the Revenant, she'd been dormant. She was building power slowly because she had no souls to feed upon. As her power was building very slowly, she began to have more outreach. First, it was the birds, the sparrows, the small, inconsequential entities.
Okay.
Then she reached out to the animals which were straying nearer to her. Her power growing unchecked, she would have escaped the bonds of
How
this
did Garrett
house.
die?
Gareth was slain by the so Gareth had gone back into the house. Should have been 998.
Yeah.
Good catch. You got me. Should have been 998. But that's 999 sounded better. So he went into the house when he shouldn't have. She also slew him. So 998. Yes, my mathematical error.
Shame on you. 39 lashes
yeah.
in the center.
We would have got it then.
Yes, that was the only thing that
was the
stopped you from
clue.
figuring it out. But yes, I know it's late. Everybody is tired. But thank you to all of our Mad Chatters. We're going to see if there's anybody out there that we can raid, assuming any of you can hang by long enough to say hi. I will give players, as I'm doing this, the final words. Anything you would like to say to our community of Mad Chatters? Many of them are here, but we still had 60, 70 people watching with us tonight.
Tonight was a lot of fun. I say for those that are not going to be joining us, hopefully we can see you guys next year. Otherwise, don't forget the website shows all the standard streams for Tears of Arid, Fall of Red Dawn, Greyhawk Awakening, who's now just started book 3, 2 weeks ago? and Lore Masters Arcanum. I mean, all of the normal content. We look forward to restarting that up next weekend with Memorial Day, right?
And come
Yes.
to the con. This was also my first con ever.
Yep, same here.
I officially get to come into the land of geeks.
Yeah,
Come to the, because it's not just playing.
Yeah.
It's not just playing the role.
It's not just this. There's
It's not
much
just-
more.
Oh gosh, you're
We're
so
like playing
much.
random board games and
We had a couple people playing chess and all sorts of fun
Yeah.
stuff.
there's so much going on.
Yeah. So
And the mini station.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, yes. Isn't that incredible up there? Patrick did a great job. I'm just catching up on all the chat. Thank you, everyone. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yes, it was definitely different. Thank you for the storytelling compliments, the player compliments. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it, and we had a good time. And remember, of course, it's all just fun and games. It's just fantasy.
Thank you for DMing too. This was very. It was a perfect amount of creepy and scary and cool.
I
Thank
can't
you
believe
very
your
much.
screams didn't startle me because I startle so easy and they didn't.
Well,
So-
good. I'm glad.
Those dogs though.
Oh, yeah, the dogs were startling. Yes. All right, so I don't see anybody I know that we're going to raid into, so we're just going to call it a night tonight. On behalf of Blue Box, we say thank you to all of you Mad Chatters. Thank you to my amazing players, Blue Box.